What's up? What's good? What's popping? How's everybody doing? So, have an amazing guest that is coming on tonight. A gentleman very similar to myself, but I believe he's even a greater example than even myself for someone who is like a black sheep, someone who isn't particularly the type of person that most people would consider someone who would be able to go into tech or get into tech. And not only did he get into tech, he's been making some big waves, real quick, while everyone is coming in, I'm just going to go over a few of the house rules. First off, hello, everybody. My name is Cyrus. I'm a solutions engineer, sales engineer, technical engineer. It's 1,000 different names for it. But essentially, I work at a company called Dialpad, which is a software company that my company helps enterprise, small business, and mid-market companies become virtual companies or remote companies. I'm someone who, I know people have been seeing me post about it, I'm someone who has gotten into the tech space. I'm in here now, and I ain't leaving. They can't kick me out. And I love it here. It's been really amazing. And so I've been answering a lot of people's questions on the back end. I have a really great guest who's coming on tonight. We're going to be picking his brain, asking him a lot of questions, interview style, but also he and I together are going to collaborate on answering questions after we go through the interview. I really encourage people to pay attention. This is, hopefully it's entertaining, but this isn't just for entertainment. This is for like some real good education. I really believe this can bless a lot of people in our community, a lot of women, a lot of people in other communities, and just people in general. This is a really amazing space to be in. This is literally the beginning, and I'm super hyped to have my first guest be one of my, someone who's an alumni from the same tech boot camp that I went to. So just a few house rules before we get started. So let me actually pull these up. So a few of the house rules before we get started. First and foremost, let's be kind, be respectful, be loving in the chat. And I don't just mean to myself, I also mean to my guest, and I mean to one another. Be loving towards one another, respectful, be gentle, be considerate. If anybody starts wilding out, you will be blocked. I actually have someone's running the account. They have access to the account now. So if somebody start wilding out, popping off in the mouth, you're going to get blocked. So any weirdos that want to pop in and want to be extra and weird, thank you for bringing up that question. So someone just asked a question. They said, are you going to save this live? Yes, this live will be saved, but it will not be public. It'll be saved, but it will only be for Patreon community. Now, for those who just want to rewatch this live, the previous live, and all future lives on this topic, that is for the lowest tier on the Patreon community. It's $7 to watch all of the lives, to get all of this information. I'm going to be interviewing seniors of tech companies and a variety of other people who can give y'all opportunities. Those rewatchable clips will be within the Patreon community. So yes, they'll be saved, but only for those that are in the Patreon community. Also, that being said, just going over the house rules before I go ahead and bring my guest on. Also, that being said, people who have questions, if you have any questions, whether it's for myself, it's for my guest, or both of us, we will be answering questions, but we are answering questions for those who do a little something strange for some change. Basically, you purchase a badge. So I'm not saying how much the badge has to be, whether it's $1, $5, whatever, but we are answering questions to those who do purchase badges. And so that way, understand if you ask a question in the chat and I don't answer it, or my guest doesn't answer it, that will be because we're only answering questions for those who purchase badges. Last thing, I think this is the last thing. When you ask a question, for those who purchase badges, when you ask questions, make sure you put your question down in the question box down below. So there's a box down below, a little question box. When you ask your question, put it down in the question box down below. So this is going to be a dope live. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to bring my guest on, let him tell his story. I think his story is more impressive than mine. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm biased, but I believe y'all are going to agree with me when I actually bring him on and he shares his story. So I think that's everything. So a little bit about my guest before I bring him on. Hopefully he's ready. A little bit about my guest. He did the exact same tech boot camp that I did. He actually graduated or completed the tech boot camp, I believe a month to 2 months before I did. He'll be able to clarify. He got hired at a company a month after I got hired at a company. So he technically went longer without getting into tech than I did, but it ended up working in his favor. I'm a man of God, you know, and there's a scripture in the Bible that says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And so even though I got a job in tech first, him being last, he ended up getting a much better deal than I did. But I'm going to let him talk about that, him break that down. It's going to be really good, really juicy. Get ready. Thank you, Victoria, for getting the badge, getting it started, and getting it warmed up. Man, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring my guest, E-Man Bishop, on this. So the guest is coming on. What's up? What's up?
What's poppin'?
What's good, dude? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm really, really good.
Yeah, man. That's good, man. Thank you, man, for accepting doing this. I think it's gonna be super great, super dope. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I was low key dodging because I know you were trying to talk a little bit before we did this. I'm gonna be real. Part of the reason I didn't want to is because I didn't want to know your answers to anything. I was like, man, I want to enjoy this live. I want to hear the answers. I want my reactions to be real. And I know myself, I'm not good at faking stuff. So if I knew everything you were gonna say and I would have been trying to fake it, it would have looked fake. So I was like, yo, I wanna sit here and be like, yo, I get to like soak this up as well while you're talking. And so, I just want to let you know that was why. It's because I was like, man, I want to hear these answers for the first time. I want everything to be fresh. Because even when you were dropping those little nuggets what'd you say?
I said you had me feeling like an ex-girlfriend or something. I was like, yo, why are you not?
I wasn't trying to be on that. I wasn't trying to be on. Because even when you were dropping the voice notes, when you were telling some of your story in the voice notes, I was like, whoa. I was like, man, that junk was crazy. That's why I had to share that clip. Because I was like, bro, this is so fire. Like, I have to share
I was surprised at what you did with it. I was like, damn, I didn't want everybody to know like that was the tea, but I like what you did with it. I was like, hey,
bro, my apologies. I wasn't even trying to.
No. But here's the thing, though. Until I saw that post, I never even looked at it like that. Like, so much has changed that even just to read it and know that that post was about me got me like, yo, that's so crazy. Like, that's really what happened. Like, really, from $15 an hour to, you know what I'm saying, like, money I don't even know what to do with. And I'm not saying, like, what I make is, like, an obscene amount. What I'm saying is when you live the lifestyle for so long and then your life just changes like that, bro, like, you get lost in the sauce a little bit. So once I read that, I was like, yeah, that's really my life. Yeah, that's what happened.
That junk is crazy, bro.
That's why when I reposted it, I literally had to put underneath it, no cap. Like, I had to write no cap. Like, this is actually a thing. So,
bro, junk is so fire, bro. Man, so let's get into these questions. And again, y'all, for anybody who has questions for him or myself, make sure you are putting them down in the question box down below. So let me go ahead and pull these joints up. Bro, so I'm trying to figure out which one of these questions to ask first. So first off, what is your role? What do you do?
What do I do?
What is your role? What do you do? And what company do you work at?
All right, so my name is Emmanuel. So guys, I'm in tech. It's true. I am a solutions engineer for HubSpot.
Big dog company.
HubSpot is top tier, one of the biggest CRM firm in like the world, actually. Like, a lot of companies, shoot, some people who are on this live, I bet you to keep track of your customers, your company probably uses my company's software. Like, that's how big HubSpot is.
My company uses your company's software.
No, that's true. Actually, I did see your badge on one of my accounts. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Cyrus, they have HubSpot already. I can't get that inside. So that's cool.
Yeah.
What was the other question?
So what do you do? Because a lot of people, I realize a lot of people don't know what a sales engineer is. Honestly, when I first talked about it Thursday, I didn't break down fully what the job was, but I realized there was a lot of people that think we're salespeople. And I was like, no, we're not sales. And I was like, I guess I'm here sales.
Bro, I have questions for you too. I want to go back and forth with you because what's your background? Is your background like in sales? Like, did you have some? No, yeah, you have your own lead gen company, right?
No, so I have a background in sales, a slight background in sales.
The reason why I asked that is because that's why it's so interesting. Like people's background, like you talk to most sales engineers, you ask them what they did, it's a different perspective for what they do now because they
Yeah,
came into it different.
yeah, because
You know
I
what I'm saying? Like
did sales, and I'm like, this is not sales.
they're saying it. It
Yeah,
actually it wasn't until the last week of careers, bro, that I found out sales engineers don't close any deals. Do you
yeah,
know that? Like my mind, I used to do door to door sales. That's how to the bag I was trying to get. Y'all know them niggas, them people selling energy, you know what I'm saying, door to door or right. That was
yeah,
me. I'm saying like, so I know that side of sales. This ain't it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So what I do, like if I were to translate what do I do, I would tell you, oh, I demonstrate software for potential buyers. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I mean,
That's
like,
perfect explanation.
I
Yeah,
demonstrate software. You know what I mean?
yeah. Do you go and obviously, I know the answer to this, but do you go and find clients? Do you
What?
do cold calling? Do you
What?
do warm calling? Do you
What?
like try to get people to buy the product? Do you do any of that stuff?
Listen, let me tell you, listen, for what I do, I don't care if they buy the product or not. My job
Exactly.
is, listen, do I call people? No. What? They call me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those meetings are scheduled around, can I make that meeting to give you information about this?
Yeah.
Not on that day because I got to take my wife out to lunch or something like that. Like, it's really like that. And that's not, yo, that's not cap. Like, it
Yeah.
really is just kind of like that. But I just demonstrate the software. I don't do any calling. I don't call to get prospects. I'm not sweated by trying to make quota. I'm sure we're going to talk about pay too, like how the pay is set up.
Yeah.
But I don't do none of that. All I do, truthfully, is when a company is interested, I look up their company to see how they make money, try to figure out what, you know what I'm saying, softwares might be causing them to want what my company does anyway.
Yeah.
And then I just show them what they want to see with our software. It's just like, does your software play rock, paper, scissors with me? Then they call
Yeah.
me and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. It does.
yeah.
It does.
It actually has a special like fourth feature where it's like rock, paper, scissors, fist. It's completely different from rock. I'm saying like that's what I do. I bullshit the bullshit so that you can buy it. But I don't want to say it like that. That would demean what I do. But what I am saying is I demonstrate the product. I show you what you
Yeah.
want to see.
Yeah. I think and this isn't meant to be an insult on anyone, because this is even myself. This was hard for me to understand it, is that when it's business to business, it's not like you're trying to impress anybody or woo anybody. They're the ones with the need. They already have a budget to pay to get this thing fixed. Like, these businesses are trying to make millions, billions of dollars. Your company has software that can help them make millions and billions of dollars. They're not looking for you to impress them. They just straight up want to see, can your product do what can help their company make millions
Yeah.
and billions of dollars. And on top of that, their rep that's there on the call, they hope your company can do it because it'll make them look good when they
Yeah.
tell their company, hey, I found HubSpot. This guy, Emmanuel, did an amazing job demonstrating their product. Yo, this is going to help us make millions, billions of dollars. Like, they want that.
Yeah. Now the other thing about that is not only do they want that, just the numbers alone for what some of the just sales reps, not even sales engineers,
Mm-hmm.
the numbers alone for, because I know there are some people who are just doing the tech sales stuff and
Yeah.
not the solutions engineer. And then there are people who don't even know that they can do the same kind of sales that they're doing in T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon. Like those, you same people with those same skills can do the same thing for these large tech companies. And truthfully, the workload would probably be smaller.
Yes.
Because like you said, they just want to know, can this work for my company?
Yeah.
If so, yo, the numbers alone for what some of these sales reps are making, they make way more than us. Like the upside for
Yeah.
them
Yeah, they
is
do. Yeah, the upside. Yeah,
crazy.
definitely.
Like I know, like I had a one-on-one the other day. This dude, he like crushed it last year. He was on the leaderboards, 400 grand last year.
Stupid.
28, just 28, just made 400 grand last year. Just
Stupid.
doing the same. And I know people, again, I come from the world of sales, so I know people that like actually hustle and like know how
Yeah.
to sell, like especially brothers from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like I know them who can. They're at the car dealerships. Actually, they're at the.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
here's the main point I want people to take away from this live is that I love the fact that you're promoting if you are even looking to get into tech, because most of, and I'm gonna just say it, most of our people don't know that they already have the skills that these
Yeah,
businesses are looking
yeah.
for.
Now they
Let
might.
me be a testament to that.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
real.
saying?
Those are facts. Those are straight up
Yeah.
facts.
Y'all don't even know, most of you on this live right now are more than qualified for a lot of these tech roles that are out here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you have no idea. You
yeah.
have no idea.
I think, and let me know your thoughts on this. I think sometimes because we don't really see it, it's not promoted in our community. Like in our community, what's oftentimes promoted, I mean, some of the traditional, oh, be a rapper, be an athlete, and then, oh, maybe start a business, which is cool, and then, okay, maybe real estate. But it's like when we hear tech, we think software companies. Oftentimes, I think we think nerds. And in our community, being a nerd isn't typically the cool thing. But it's like,
That's right.
man, you can still be in software and still like be, I mean, just like be like a real nigga, like still be like like a real person and stuff. And so, like, yeah, case in point, like exactly. Like we're technically nerds, but we're only nerds in terms of understanding technical components of our job, but they train you to do that. Like, bro, I guess if I can ask, like, so I guess we can get to that, bro. Tell people your background. What were you doing before you did the tech boot camp at Careerist? And like, what were you doing? Like, just bro, tell folks your story, bro.
Yeah,
Your story is fire.
the story. No, the story is crazy. The story is crazy. Before this, let me see. Let me take it back. My first sales job was like insurance back in like 2012. Believe it or not, I was a full-time musician. Like, if anything, actually, just it's it's a proud thing to say that, but I still wasn't making bread, like bread. I just had enough bread to take care of myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I got into sales. I think the girl I was dating at the time, she was like in school to be a doctor. I'm like, dang, bro, I can't need to up my game. That's always a girl, right? The stories always start off with a girl. Then
Yeah.
what ended up happening was I was like, I need to make some more money. I didn't finish school. I went to Towson to study music, Towson University. I didn't finish, right? Believe it or not, fun fact, I'm actually the only person in my family that didn't finish school.
Wow.
I had to throw that in there because
Bro,
I'm
I'm the
Nigerian.
only person
I
in
have
my
to know.
family that did finish school. That's crazy. It's like we're literally the complete reverse.
Dog. And I had to throw, especially because I'm Nigerian. Like that's a lot of Nigerians be like, "Yo, you're alive."
Bro,
Like
I
that's
did
crazy.
not know you was Nigerian.
Yes, yes.
Wow, bro.
So
Oh, that's crazy. My bad. Go ahead.
I
I'm gonna let
was
you
like,
rap.
I need a job where I can make a bunch of money, and still have enough to take care of myself, so my parents don't be like, "Oh, you need to go back to school. You know, you didn't finish anything." You know what I mean? Like they would have fried me. I've been cooked for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I got a sales job, and I started, beasting at that. Anything with sales, in my opinion, you're definitely the upside is crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, I got pretty sick. I had to bow out of sales for a little bit. So about 3 years ago, I was I got an interview to this local restaurant called Nando's. I'm saying, like, I was just on the front grill, like flipping chicken. Like literally the back of our t-shirt said flipping the bird. Like that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was doing. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I built a pretty good community there. You know what I'm saying? I started training people, like how to, when new recipes came out and stuff. It was a cool, comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? It was okay. I mean, but it wasn't. I'm gonna be so transparent with y'all tonight, like so transparent.
Yeah.
I had a couple side hustles. At the most, man, I was probably just making like barely scratching 2,000 a month. I think my expenses were like 16. So it's just like,
Eesh, yeah.
man. Then what happens is, you know what I'm saying, like you meet a woman and then she changes your life. And this is what I mean by that. Like you just start thinking differently. I'm just
Yeah.
like thinking things like, dang, what does my credit score look like? And then,
Mhm.
and it was just like, wow. So once you start thinking about stuff like that, there was one night we and her were laying in bed together, and what happened was I realized how our conversations had changed. Like we at the end of our days, we get on the phone, and I love talking to her, but it just started to seem like everything was getting so negative. We hated where we worked. We hated what we were doing. We hated to talk. That's all, and that's all we would talk about, stuff we hated. So
Yeah.
we were like, yo, what do you want? Like, what do we want? What do we want to build, right? And we just started being superficial, like nice house, nice this, nice that. We want to travel, we want to do this. And we asked ourselves, is this, are we doing anything that puts us in alignment with that? The answer was like straight up no. Like it was like
Yeah, that's a
nothing
good
at all.
question.
And then even in careerists, there was a class on this, you might remember this. They talk about the formula for change.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
This is what the main point of the lesson is, because this is where the story starts to change, right? He said you won't change something until you are dissatisfied enough, right?
Man,
So
yes.
the question is, how dissatisfied are you with your current situation? Because if your dissatisfaction hasn't reached a certain level, you won't change. So now the question is, when are you going to change? You said that you're dissatisfied, right? But you're not doing anything about it. But obviously, your dissatisfaction hasn't reached a level that you could do something about your current situation.
Yeah.
And we were pretty dissatisfied, bro. So
Yeah,
we just
bro.
wrote some goals down. And I'm thinking to myself, after, like, I'm still in the restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need a sales job. That's when I was making the most money. I felt like I was the best version of myself, right? Afterwards, people were like, just take a coding boot camp. Like, they were only like 12 weeks long. You'll get a job in like 6 months. I've never been a coder, bro. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. My mind don't
That
work like
just
that.
wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
But the internet, y'all know how the internet works. If you don't know that you can look for stuff online, then you don't need to be using the internet. I'm looking for boot camps, right? I was actually entertaining the idea. I just wanted to see what they would cost or whatever. And then I'm also looking for sales jobs. And the internet just puts these things these things together, right?
Yeah.
And then
The whole
boom,
algorithm joint.
sales, right. Sales engineering just popped up. And I'm like, what is this? I'm saying, it's sales. I know sales. I know sales,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know what this engineering part they tagged on. I don't know what is that.
Yeah.
And I started doing my research, man. I started looking up videos on what is sales engineering empowered. I found these all small little communities and stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you start asking the right questions, signs will just appear to you. Literally, I'm on Instagram scrolling, and Careerist, an ad for them came up.
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh, I don't need to struggle anymore to figure out what is a sales engineer. There's literally a course that'll just teach me how to, it's only 4 weeks long. All right, I mean, I got 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this fucking restaurant like 3 years. I think I got 4 weeks. And I here's the thing. I even had to take a pay cut while I was doing careers because of the classes. I knew that they recorded the classes and I could come back and watch them, but I was like, nah.
Yeah, you wanted to be there, yeah.
But this is why I'm being so transparent with y'all. So it does cost up front, right? Or you can pay. They even have a new pay structure now, which I'm jealous of. I don't know if you've seen that thing. I'm like, well, this is different. This is not what I pay, because that's ridiculous. But basically, I had to pay $800 up front, right? And what happened was they said, you will pay us. I had to sign a contract that I pay a percentage of my gross monthly back to them.
Oh, you did that joint.
Yeah. So you paid up front, or you did that?
I did half and half. So I gave them
word.
$1,700, and I told them I didn't want to have to pay nothing extra. So I told them, yo, I'm gonna give y'all the rest before I'm finished with the course. So literally my last week, I gave them the second half of the money.
Yo, check this out. I just told y'all I was making like barely $2,000 a month, right? My expenses were like $1,800 or something like that. Listen, I had to ask my girl to help me pay for the $800. She went half and half on to help me.
Baby.
You know what I'm saying? She looked. That's why, yo, I love that woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I would do.
Didn't you just propose?
Oh yeah, I proposed out. Yo, let me tell. That's part of the story, to be real.
Okay.
I'm in Nashville, by the way. I moved to Nashville literally because that's a part of the story too.
Wait. Is your company in Nashville?
What? Why? No. And I didn't even have to ask them to move, bro. Like,
exactly.
I told them I moved after the holiday. They were like, okay. Just
Yeah,
change your
exactly. Like,
address.
okay.
Yeah, just change your address.
All
And then here's the
right.
thing. I moved in Maryland. I paid state and federal tax. I moved here. They only pay federal.
Yeah.
I got an instant
Yeah.
raise when I moved here too. I'm like, dang.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's
Then on
fire.
top of that, my company, listen, I just told y'all I moved to Nashville, right? My company, I think somebody left because money was an issue or something like that. So my company decided we don't want to lose because here's what I learned about my company. And this is a part of the story too. There's so much into the story. They told me that it's only one out of 148 applicants that they accept. I was like, dang,
Yeesh.
I'm one of 148? Bro,
Woo.
when they told me that, I told you I just moved to Nashville, right? Yo, get this. They decide we don't want to lose anybody to money because we work so hard to make sure we're picking the right people to hire. They decided to base our pay off of the New York cost of living. They just switched everybody up.
Nigga, they gave you a raise?
Yes. Ask me how long I've been working here, bro.
How long, bro? You ain't been there but like what, 3 months, 4 months? And they gave you a raise already?
Listen, I told you she went half. I didn't have the bread. I wasn't saving anything. She was like, all right, this seems like something you really want to do. She gave me 400. I put 400 up. Yo, even my sister was mad because she was like, why didn't you just ask me for the 4K up front? I would have gave that to you. And I was like, I didn't want to ask you for money. And it was weird that I even asked my girl for the money too. But I knew my girl knew that this was for us because this
Yeah.
is a part of the story too, bro. Like even the way I told you 3 months. That's how I got the job in November. Yo, this is what happened. They say like if they can't get you a job making at least 70K, what do they say? You pay nothing.
Yeah.
If they don't help you find a job making under 70K, making over 70K, excuse me, it's free. So it's in their best interest to make sure you're good. You get what I'm saying? So this is what they did.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't even know that, or I forgot that. I forgot
Maybe
that.
it's not a thing anymore. I don't know why, because maybe they added the BDR. Because remember, that wasn't until after your class that they
Yeah.
added
They
the
didn't have
BDR.
BDR
And the reason,
when I jumped in.
just so y'all know, the reason that they added that was to make sure that they are doing the best they can to get people jobs. Because if they
Yeah.
can't get you a job as a sales engineer, they're going to be like, okay, can we at least get them a job as sales reps that switch over
Yeah.
to a sales engineering position? So they want to try to get y'all those jobs, but they're also providing the training for it.
Yeah. And even those positions are like on the low end, still like $55,000-$60,000 on the low end. So
Which
those
is
are still great
accurate
positions.
for 4 years of school, right? But we talking about you're going to get a job.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And it's only going to be when you put in that work, because there's some people that, they just fell off. But I promise you, if you Googled or if you went to Indeed right now and typed in sales engineer, your mouth is going to drop at how many openings there are.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of
It's
the most booming careers that's only growing.
and I
Some
know we're not here to only talk about sales engineer, but we're just speaking from
yeah.
experience of literally nothing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even they provided us with a coding class, right? They have a Python class that they give you to learn some code too. I'm gonna lie to you, I didn't even finish that joint, but I still got a pretty good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to code anything, and I'm a sales engineer. Somebody said something in the chat. A couple people said it, and actually wanted us to speak to this. So a couple people said that they thought it was fake. Can you tell the story that you shared with me
Hey,
about, I think your first day in class?
yo, so it was the second day of class actually.
Okay.
And the first week they gave us, I don't know why, but they gave us like the first week free so you can go to the first class so you can check to see if you like it. Sorry, I had a brain fart. So basically the second day of class, one of the instructors were talking to us and he was like, I need to step out. I need to grab something from somewhere. Can you guys give me a second? And we're like, okay. And it got quiet. And he came back. He was like, hey, use this time to get to know each other. He lived in an apartment. He was like, I need to run downstairs to my car, right? So just use this time to get to know each other because you guys are going to be in a very, very small community. You need to know each other, right? He steps away. Bro, it got quiet. Obviously, we weren't talking. And some dude goes, Yo, I'm still trying to figure out if this is fake or not. Like, you're on the call.
Yeah, literally.
You're on the call. But the best part was the teacher had just walked back in the room and was just like, oh, this is not a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is actually the realest thing you're going to do. And tell you what, who said, I'm going to make sure you get a job. I'm saying, by the way, he actually just texted me yesterday.
Who was the instructor?
Brian. Now, you know, he's got that NDA, so he's not really supposed to be doing stuff outside of his job. But he was just like, nah,
I don't think he was one of my teachers.
Brian Wilson, like he's a goat, bro. Literally, he has a job now.
You said he has what now?
No, so the dude who was like, I'm still trying to figure out if this is fake or not. He has a job now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's so funny. Like people hit me up on LinkedIn all the time asking me, is this a scam? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I saw you had careerist in your bio. Anybody who reaches out to me and just asks, if you go to careers, you'll see my face and saying, like, you see my testimony on there. I have people hit me up on LinkedIn all the time to ask me, you know what I'm saying, especially the brothers. And I'm like, cool, hey, like, I want to show y'all this.
Yeah.
This is why, like, if I can be that beacon to let y'all know, like, yo, I'm saying, like, you don't have to struggle. You don't have to, I mean, like, yo, just do this. You'll be good. It's not get rich quick. It's not, but you learn quick.
Yeah.
And once again, in my opinion, the biggest thing I want y'all to take away is that most of you, it would just be a new way of looking at who you are. And what I mean by that is a lot of you already have the skills to do what me and Cyrus do, or other parts of tech. My wife now, you know what I'm saying? I was in London for the holidays. I'm blessed that I'm in a position now. Remember, November I got the job. I decided to go to London to visit my sister who I hadn't seen in 4 years to spend the holidays with her. And my job, I just told them, I was like, I don't want to ask for this time off because I just got this job like last month, but I need to go see my sister. She was just like, okay, do you need time off? I mean, you can have it, but I mean, like, you're not, it's cool. If you want to work out of London, you can totally work out of London. Just make sure you're meeting all your meetings.
Yeah,
you don't
these companies are different, man. I was telling the people that Thursday, like, I was like, yo, literally when I first started, around the time I first started, my father passed, and they found out, and they were like, yo, take time off. And it wasn't just, they didn't say take a day or 2 days. They said take as much time as you need. They said, you hit us up when you're coming back to work. And obviously, y'all, we're salary, so it's not like
this is not cap. I feel like people are gonna think this is such cap.
Exactly. So it's like my check still looked the same, even though I was gone for like 4 days.
Oh no. Here's the thing. It was December 7th when I left for London, bro. December 7th I left for London. And I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna come back. It's my sister, you know. She was like, well, you're still in your training. It was December 7th when I'm having this conversation with my manager. She said, just come back before the end of February.
And you started November, right? You started the 1st of November?
November. She said, just come back before the end of February.
She said just before the end of what?
February. This was December that I'm having this conversation.
Sheesh!
I'm not joking. This is not cap. This is not, she wasn't joking. She was like, Emmanuel, I'm not your babysitter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay. And I think I had to get her to understand, like, look, I don't know these kinds of roles. I don't know about. I mean, like, I've never been here before. I'm be real with you. I had to be, because I'm sure, I know we're gonna get into the imposter syndrome thing, but
we gotta talk about that.
When I started, it was just like, excuse my language, but it was just like, how do I not let them know that I'm just a nigga from East Baltimore that got here for no one knows why? Like, how do I not let them see that I'm a phony? Yeah, but that was only because that's how I felt. It was like, they really hired me. Like, this is kind of wild. Like, I don't think they know that I don't know what I'm doing. But every day I'm reminded, like, I know how to do that. What you mean? Like, they taught me that, or I got showed that. And here's the thing: there are not a lot of, especially for what we do, there aren't a lot of programs that teach how to be a sales engineer. Right now, I don't know it too, and I've been around the block. Even my story. Yeah, we're talking about 6 to 7 months which means last May, I had no idea what this role was. June, I took the course. I even was taking interviews while I had COVID. I had COVID. It put me out for 2 months. The pay cut that I took at work was because I needed to make sure I was in the classes. I was working in the restaurant from 11 a.m. literally till midnight. That's not a joke. Literally. 5 days a week, 6 days a week sometimes. And the reason was because that's how I made, like, how much are you really making in a restaurant? And the 15 that I made was plus tips. It was, you know what I'm saying? We had share tips. I don't know if y'all know how that works. Basically, I take my hourly wage, and then our tip average for the store was about $3 per check. So you take $3 and put it on top of your hourly, and that's how I got to 15. So I was making $12 an hour is what I'm saying.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's what I'm right. So to go from that to literally quadrupling, like that's 30K a year, quadruple. From not knowing what the role was to getting a job.
What did HubSpot offer you when they hired you, when they gave you that offer letter?
Oh man, first of all, they didn't come high enough. Like that's how weird it was. Because Careers teaches you how to ask for exactly what you want. You remember that, right? Like they were pretty big on no. They would be in a class practicing how to ask for money in the interviews. And they would tell you, they would be like, some people would be in the class like, yeah, they would be like, what's your salary expectations? Oh, I was looking in the range of 70 to 75.
Yeah, it's like they were scared to say like a big number.
And they would look at you and they would be like, what? No, that's actually too low. They would tell us, do not go into this job market under that because you're going to change the whole market. There's way more. You have to ask for more. Tell them what you want. A lot of times I played the friggin' chase game where I would try to get to that question before they asked me. So I take the pressure off me. And I would get there and I'd be like, you know, what are the salary expectations? Or what kind of salaries are we, what's the budget for this role or something like that, right? I forgot how I phrased the question. And they would be like, oh, well, the starting salary is going to be 110. And in my mind, I'm like, dang. I came in here thinking I was going to ask for 80. Jeez. I would have undersold myself. And they were like, starting. These recruiters are paid to get you in at the lowest price.
Yeah.
So when they tell you that the lowest price, thinking like not to scare you away, but also to keep you interested, their number is to say 110.
Yeah.
You have to understand that's probably the lowest number that they're thinking of.
Can you explain to people, because I think because obviously that is a lot of money, but now that I'm in the space and I see how much money we make these companies, I realize why it's nothing to them to pay somebody $120,000, $150,000. Like, can you, I guess, kind of talk to basically like the amount of money we're making them and why that's nothing for them to, or why they desire to pay us at that high a level so that they don't lose us?
One, the interview process is not, I'm not going to say it's easy, all right? But I'm not going to say it's hard either. But I'm not going to say it's hard, but it's not easy, okay?
Yeah.
It's not, you're not interviewing for freaking Sears. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally interviewing for, and they're going to pay you handsomely well. So this is not for lazy people either. I'm going to just say that. Like, we talk about 0 to 100, 0 to 6 figures, whatever. They're not going to pay you 6 figures and you don't do nothing. Like, you actually have to do some work. So that's just that. But as far as like that goes, in the interviews, well, do you want me to talk about like the pay structure or?
Well, I actually want us to pivot real quick to what you just said, because one of my worries, I'm gonna be fully transparent. One of my worries, I see a lot of people signing up for careers or just other tech boot camps in general because of me talking about this, you talking about this, and others. One of my worries are that people are going to start just trying to treat this like an easy get rich quick scheme where they're like, oh, let me do this. But it's like, yo, you actually have to put work in. Like, they help you a lot. They help you a crap ton, way more than college or university will ever even think about helping you. Nevertheless, I don't want anyone, like, if you're a lazy person, I don't think you should even, do not do it. Do not do it. Like, don't do it. Like, these jobs aren't stressful. This career isn't stressful, but it's not for somebody who's just trying to be lazy or just because like bro, like you were saying, we're not supervised. No one's checking on us to make sure we're doing our job. They expect you to be a very disciplined, professional, high-performing individual. And so even though it's wonderful, this is a blessing. Nevertheless, like, what I want you to choose, I want you to speak on this, but whether it's careerist or it's the interview process or it's you actually working at HubSpot, can you explain, I guess, just the work ethic that it took you to get to where you're at?
This is such a good, man. You'll be going. There's so many emotions, right? When you started, you got the imposter syndrome, and me and you talked about the imposter syndrome, kind of lighting that fire. It's either fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
I won't lie. I had no control over my schedules. Like, I just let it do whatever. And what happened, if I showed you my Google Calendar now, you'd think I was a psycho. Like, everything's planned out for the day. That's why when you were on the live the other day and you were like, yo, it's late. Like, I have stuff to study. I'm like, I was doing work while I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, the man said he got to study. I'm pretty sure you got a demo coming up. You going, hey, you know what I'm saying? But even, and I'm just saying, even this is just life. You know what I mean? Like, even in the Bible, it says, there's no prophecy that ever comes without instructions. I mean, Amen. That lets you know you have to do some work if you want this prophecy to come true. If you said you wanted this job, you have to do the work to maintain this job. Whatever you did to get it, you'll have to keep doing to keep it. So the imposter syndrome kicks in, and even me, the problems that I have now, I just be like, God, these are the problems I actually prayed for. So instead of saying, complaining about them, I should be grateful. And I just got into this habit of just showing gratitude for everything. Like, this apartment building. Sorry, I didn't finish this part of the story.
No,
I was in London. I was in London. I got back from London on the 1st of January, bro. When I got back, my girl who just finished career, my wife now, who just finished careers, tells me she just got a job offer in Nashville. Bro.
In tech?
In Texas. No, Nashville, Tennessee.
No. I mean, in tech. So she finished careers and got a job in tech that fast?
Listen, she was working retail in the mall. Y'all know Francesca, she used to be one of them girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, her code switch is crazy too, man. It's actually kind of scary sometimes. But dog, she was a mall girl. You know what I'm saying? I told you, we was in bed and we just decided this is not the life we want to live. She actually quit her job to do this careers course, you know what I'm saying? And she was learning. She had to learn how to code. I didn't, but she sounds like a nerd. Let me tell you about the job she got. Here's the thing. She is the only QA person at her job. Why would a company want somebody, not just with no experience, but no experience and be the first QA person they have at the job? Man. Listen, she started. And a woman of color. That's crazy. I told you, the people who follow me, I told y'all, like, there's something special I got for particularly Black women that want to get in tech that I need to share with y'all. So link with me, please. She's the only Black person at her job. Now, it's not that I felt like that was a diversity hire. I didn't really feel like that. But if you think about it, right, that means that as this company grows and she becomes the tenured QA lead, she automatically becomes manager. And so her salary is about to crazy.
She's going to make so much money. Oh, my God.
She's entry level. And she gets paid
what she going to pass us?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, maybe I need to switch to solutions architect, which careers happen to have a course on that too. You know what I'm saying? They make bread too. I got back from London on the 1st. We were in Nashville on the 9th. And here's the thing. I don't want to keep talking about money, but to be in a place where I could just shovel out bread to make sure this move to Nashville was like so cool. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I got back to London. Remember, I told my boss, and then I'll be back by January. Don't worry. I'm not going to take till February. When I got back from London, I was like, oh, shoot. I need to take another week off past the week I told them I'd be back to make sure my girl is good. Like, I need to take a week off to move her to Nashville. I was just like, yo, is it cool? They were like, oh, if you needed more time, you didn't have to set your schedule back up to let people see that you were still here. You can just take the time. It's okay. And I'm like, word. So I got back, and this is just one of my other managers. I haven't told my manager yet because she was out of office too. Bro, do you know when she got back from office 2 weeks later, she just asked me, so how was your holidays? I was like, a lot happened. I'm actually I moved, I'm married, I live in Nashville. She was just like, oh, wow, did you change your address in the workday? Because I want them to pay you like according to that state. I was like, she was not mad. She didn't even, there was nothing. It was
Yeah.
just like, oh, it's it. So that just goes to the role. But as far as careers goes, yo, they, man, I can't get over how much they teach you. And it's just, even the stuff they you don't feel like they teach you, the perspective that you get changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I think
one of
that's the
the,
most important part is them helping you think differently. It's not even necessarily
yeah,
information. I think it's the mindset shift that they help you have that prepares you for this industry.
I didn't mean to go that long route, but that's where I was going with that. The mindset that they prepare you for is a working mindset. Meaning, like, if you don't have any thought to yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, you actually have to think about what you're doing, right? So if you're making time to make the classes, you need to continue that energy into networking with the right people to make sure you're connecting yourself for interviews. The way you would do that work, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you also have to do that work on the job too. It's all research. Like, you have to be
Yeah.
constantly wanting to learn. Just the energy you guys put into being on this live, making sure you're listening to this live to know how you can get into becoming into tech in general. You
Yeah.
have to continue that same work, like that same hunger to learn about this thing. Yo, the work is the same way. I mean, like, so if you're lazy and you're not one of those people that have an aptitude to want to keep learning, yo, don't do this, because you'll
Yeah.
burn yourself out trying to be something that you don't feel like you've evolved into. Because that's going to be life. It's really teaching you life. Yo, when you have your first kid, you're going to be teaching. When you get married, you're going to be learning. If you're not already in the mode of learning and being a student of whatever it is you're doing at the moment, not because somebody told you to, I'm talking about autonomy. You know what I'm saying? If you don't find yourself turning into that person, don't do this, because it'll fail you, and then you'll be
Yeah.
mad at everybody except for yourself.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, and it'll take you if you're not that kind of person. I even think it'll take someone a lot longer to get a position because one of the things, and I've told a couple of friends this that have hit me up. I talked to them about the process in between careerists and landing a job in tech. One of the things that I was explaining is like, yo, careerist helps you so much that it almost can make you think you don't have to do anything. And it's just like, I think that could mess somebody up because they're like, oh, they're getting me all these interviews. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah,
set everything up, but it's like, yo,
yeah.
it's like you gotta work it still. You
Right,
still gotta work it.
right.
You gotta do your due diligence. Because again, these companies, they want to hire you, but it's like
Yeah,
they're offering so much money, and it's not just the money. When they hire you, you're there. You're
right.
there. They're not just gonna
Yeah.
hire you over
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
So it's like
They put too much money into you.
it literally it's such an
They put
investment. So it's like, man, you really have to take it serious what you're learning at careers and even just the whole interviewing process, all of that stuff.
And when we say process, I mean like process, because there are going to be some things you realize you're not good at. Like once you, and this is for anybody looking to get into any job. These are not Wendy's jobs. These are not, you're not working at Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like what happens is you're going to suck at getting interviews first. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
maybe you network with recruiters and they don't even want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? After I finished Careers, yo, that software that Careers gives you, 1 week they sent out 1,000 emails, like applied to 1,000 jobs for me in 1 week.
Yeah, they be doing that.
I was just getting emails like, oh, thank you for applying. Thank you for, I'm like, dang,
Yep.
okay, how many? But what happened was a lot of them weren't even, I wasn't getting on the phone with any of them. So that told me, I'm using the data as numbers. Like, okay, 1,000 emails went out. Nobody called my phone.
Yeah.
This makes me feel like my resume is unattractive. They're not even
Yeah.
willing to talk to me. You know what I did? I went to my mentor, careerist, who was like, yo, fix it, because something's wrong. Yo, they sat down with me, like they brainstormed like how to rephrase and restructure some things. Nigel was on the phone with me talking about resumes till like 1 a.m. one time. You feel me?
Wow.
Nigel is an instructor who, by the way, he was an instructor who is now my coworker. No bullshit.
Yes, he's a
That's
senior
it.
solutions engineer at HubSpot. Killing it.
Yo, and yeah, he really is killing it too right now. So after they start sending me, like I'm getting emails. So we fixed my resume. All of a sudden I was getting phone calls. But now I wasn't getting past the first conversation
Yeah.
because I'm not yet thinking I'm a solutions engineer yet. So I started like networking with people, having conversations. Yo, how do I get into the role? What's one thing you would tell yourself looking back at the beginning of your career that you know now? And I'm just writing down all of this stuff, bro. And then I would apply it to my interviews. And then I would get to the next round of interviews with all these companies. So it's, when we talk about interview process, we're not just talking about the process with the companies. We're talking about the process, the thing that happens to you during these interview processes.
Yeah.
The person that you become. Like in the interview process where I became a sales engineer. Even if I didn't believe that I was a sales engineer after the course, the process of me interviewing and getting those rejections and everything started to get me better and better to those final stages. At one point, I think I talked about this in your class when I came back one time. At one point, I was in the final round of interviews with 5 different companies. And remember, I'm still working on the grill, flipping chicken, right? I would have to change my schedule to only work from 10 a.m. to 3 so that I could get home and do some work.
Dang.
I took a pay cut, bro, to make sure I was getting this work done. I didn't even work for these companies. They gave me assignments to do. They will give you assignments to do in these interviews. And you have to come with your A game. Even if you don't know how to do it, yo, how much do you want it? Are you willing to look it up and learn about that thing right then and there? Yo, if you're not trying to do stuff like that, yo, don't be a sales engineer. Please don't. If you're not willing to do stuff like that, yo, don't, because you'll fall on your friggin' face. I kept it PG.
Bro, I had someone hit me up today, and they told me, a mutual person that we know, they wanted to use my discount link to do careers, and I actually told them not to. I said, I suggest they not do it because I know the person, and I said they don't want it bad enough. I said to them, it's just something they're gonna try. And they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna get a job in tech, and they're not gonna do well if they just so happen to land a job. And I was like, man, like you have to want it and you have to take it serious. It's like it's such a blessing. It's such a blessing. But it's a blessing that if you just like I've had some people hit me up that are like, oh, I think I might kind of do it part-time, like give me the information. I'm like, it don't really sound like you really want to do this, and you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. But this isn't really the kind of space where, like, I love how you put it, like, this isn't raw Sears. This isn't like one of those kind of jobs. You're just like, hey, I guess I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of do this thing. It's like, no, man, this is really life-changing in a big way, but you also have to treat it like that.
Here's how they treat me, right? My benefits kicked in day one. They told me, as soon as you start, if you want to freaking go to a dentist and get your gap filled in, go do that. Literally, like that's not, you feel me? Like they were like, whatever, like do whatever you want. If you literally the day you start, if you tell us you have a doctor's appointment because you have health insurance now, go take care of that. Yeah. Benefit, these raw Sears jobs, yo, how long you gotta wait for benefits to kick in? You feel me?
I think 90 days.
90 days, some companies a year. That's how much they do not care about y'all. They just want to make sure y'all are loyal before they do anything for you. Listen,
but bro, that's so good. These companies, they give you stuff before you've even started. Like, did you? I know a few people did from careers. I know some people got what is it? Not a bonus, but a starting like a starting bonus.
I got a signing bonus. Yep.
Bro, tell them about signing bonuses. They don't know about that.
Listen. The way, even my perspective on signing bonuses. So you're actually most signing bonuses, let's just say, are 10 grand. Most. You could probably between 5 and 10 grand. You can get 5 to 10 grand for a signing bonus, right? I know some people who are doing 30 for signing bonuses.
Y'all hear that? I want people to hear this. But before working, they're giving you thousands of dollars just to thank you for choosing working at their company.
They want you that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all you have to do is you can just ask them, like, hey, do you guys have signing bonuses? Is that a thing we're open to? One thing they can say is no. They've already gave you an offer, so it's clear that they want you. These interview processes are like I said, I don't want to say that they're easy, but they're not hard, but they're tough to really weed out and make sure they're picking the right people. That's why they want to give you all this stuff. If I got $10,000 for signing bonus, that in my mind that says to me, all right, so if my salary is $90,000. And you're actually giving me $100,000. You're just giving 10 of it up front.
Yeah.
Some companies, they actually tax it already. So if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you need to do to get to the bag. Now, that's not the case for me. Like I was well over there, but it was just like, oh wow, all right, cool. So the pay structure is a little different for our particular role, right?
Mhm.
You got the 70-30 split, so your OTE. But here's the thing, yeah, I make commissions, but I don't have to work for those.
Yeah, you just get commission. You literally just get it. Like, I don't have a quota or anything. Like, we don't have quotas we have to meet. We just get our second check is way bigger than the first check we get in the month. It's just gonna be like that.
Do you want to hear something crazy? My second check, my second check was also the check that they gave me my signing bonus on.
Oh my
Plus, they gave
gosh.
me
So
plus
you had your commission and your signing bonus on that mug?
I had my salary, my commission, my signing bonus, my $1,000 for home office setup, and
Yes.
also
Oh my gosh.
what else? What else did they give me?
They gave you a
Um,
stack for your home office setup. I think I got like
yeah.
$400 for mine.
Oh,
They gave y'all a stack in
oh man,
HubSpot.
400 was good.
God
They gave
dog.
me, they gave me 1,000. I was like, I'm gonna keep that in my pocket. What do you mean?
Yep.
Then they give me a lunch stipend too, bro. They pay for my any I can. Not that they expense what I pay, they pay for my lunch. Like, I mean, oh, don't get me started on the RSUs, bro. They gave me equity. Like, I
Yeah,
got
in the
shares of
company.
the company. Like, they gave me shares of the company.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm like, they gave me $15,000 worth of shares. And I'll just put that out there.
Sheesh. They gave me 5,000 mine, but I mean, I looked up. I think my company's worth about 3 billion. Last I checked, I think HubSpot like 20 billion or something like that. Yeah, HubSpot got the big B's.
But here's the
The
thing,
big
like
B's.
startups, they be having bread like that too. Like you might find like a company that has like 20 employees that does like 6 million a year, and they got money to pay like the next 5 people. Like, just yeah, I'll give you 6 figures to do this. I'll give you 6 figures
Yes,
to do that. I mean,
that's real. That's super real. That's super real. Bro, let me get to so just to give everybody a heads up. I see a lot of people dropping questions in the chat. We're gonna answer questions. We're gonna start answering questions. I'm gonna try to get to these next couple questions for you. We're gonna start answering y'all's questions in the next 10 minutes. But you have to put your question down in the question box. Now, we're only going to be answering questions for those who have purchased a badge. We're going to acknowledge those questions. So make sure you get a badge if you're asking a question. I guess I care how much a badge you get, but at the end of the day, just get a badge and we'll make sure that we're answering your questions down in the question box. Make sure you're putting your question down there so that way we can answer it and make sure that you get a badge. So, bro, I have a couple more questions. Let me look over here because I have a couple questions I wanted to make sure I got to ask you.
all right, cool.
So
I'm gonna keep my answer
you
short.
address you bringing your wife in on the hustle, you putting her on. I think that's fire. That's super fire. How she helped you get in with her going half
Yo,
on the baby with the money,
yo,
and then you was like, "Hey, now I need you getting up in there." Like that's
I had to make it work at that point. I'm like,
yeah.
no, I have to become a sales
Oh yeah, you
engineer.
gotta become it now
I
because
have to.
she put money down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It got real after that. But my bad. Yeah.
No,
Hey,
you good,
Damo,
bro. You
what's good,
good.
boy?
Nah, bro, that junk is so fire. So fire. So how did you so you kind of talked about this a little bit. If if you had to say how many companies rejected you or sent you like, oh, thank you for applying, how many companies would you say it was?
Bro, it got so crazy. I had to keep a spreadsheet. I'm not joking.
No,
Of who I was.
I made a spreadsheet too. I was like, bro,
I
this
had
is
to.
so hard. Keep
I
it up. I need a spreadsheet.
particularly because of careers. Like I was getting so many emails. I'm like, shoot, I gotta find a system to keep up with who they're
Yes.
interviewing me with, who I'm applying for, and stuff like that. And then look up these companies as they call me back. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I would put a dot in this square to know, all right, this company. I think when I got proud of myself that I finally landed the job and I looked at this spreadsheet, I'm not joking, y'all. This number is not cap. It was about 67 companies, 66 companies. HubSpot was the 67th.
Wow.
And when I say no, these are all types of no's. I'm talking about no's of me getting all the way to the last rounds of the interviews, to no's of like, I got somebody on the phone and they were like not interested. Like that's how many. But listen, you only need one yes. And here's the thing.
Yeah, that's all you
Now,
need.
yo,
And as soon as you
now
in
they
and
want to
you
stay
in
out of my
here,
DMs talking about some. Are you happy with your company? Like we're looking for people to connect. I'm like, did you see that I just got a job like at HubSpot? Like
yeah.
not so. Nigel
Bro,
was
tell
telling
them
me a story
about that,
about one of
about
his
companies
stories.
blowing you up. Like as soon as because as
Bro,
soon as you're in tech, you're set.
it's
You're
no, you're
set.
good.
Companies are gonna blow
You're
you
good.
up like, bro.
I probably get a DM like every other day. Like it's probably slowed down now, but every other day somebody's like, "Yo, we're looking to connect with sales engineers. We're hoping you could fill this role for us." I'm like, "Did you not just see? You don't see I'm good, bro. Like
Bro, I'm
kind of good.
so
I just got
happy
here.
I'm not
They
gonna
don't
have
care,
to apply for another company ever. I'm like, bro,
bro.
I
They
don't
don't care.
have to apply for another company. Like, I could literally just, if I want to work somewhere else, I could go any, meeny, miny, mo from the group of companies that are hitting me up to work with them. Like, bro, that
Yo,
junk is wild.
I used to post them. Like I think earlier this year, I was like, or like at the end of last year, I was just posting. I'm like, I'm blessed. Like, but where were y'all when I was like really looking for a job, bro? Like I had to really like do some work, and I learned a lot about myself. But now they just throw themselves at me. It's cool.
Literally, literally. Oh man. So, bro, so what are your future plans? So, I mean, you're at HubSpot. Like, what are your plans in relation to tech? Like, is this something that you see yourself doing like long term, or is it something you
Yo,
just see yourself
I'm just like
doing?
you. I've always saw myself as more of an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back to, running my digital marketing agency. The real reason was to make money. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I need a job where I can exploit the skills I already have, but just make more. Now that I'm here, I won't lie. I don't want to say it's too easy, but it's just like, man, I'm comfortable. Like I've been
Yeah.
in a survival mode my whole life. Now I'm comfortable. What now? My what now? I want to grow in this. I want to see how where this will take me. I'm saying
Yeah.
the I always ask everybody their goals. Like, what are you working on now? What do you want to do? I want to get to a point where I can teach people how to become sales engineers and, help them apply for jobs. I want to be known as a sales engineer so that companies know that anybody that I've trained, I'm saying they're going to be a good pick for them. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to be careers. I want to be a part of careers. Because this changed the trajectory of my life
Yeah,
completely.
man.
So I have to pour back into it. So like that's my goal. But in order to do that first, I need to get really, really good at this role right now. But believe it or not, the only other program other than careers that's teaching solutions engineering, yo, this is not cap. They asked me to be the graduation speaker for this next cohort to talk about this story, just like,
Wow.
well, the P-Sales Collective, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm super familiar with them.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, I'm the graduation
Jeez.
speaker for their next graduation next month, March
Man,
18th.
y'all drop some flame emojis in the
You
chat.
know what I
Y'all
mean?
drop some flame emojis in the
And
chat. That's
we talking
fire.
about. I didn't know what this role was just a couple months ago, but here we are. Like I'm just blessed in that manner. You feel me? So my goals now, again, so just my bad. I went the long way into answering that question, but I
Are
think
you
what I'm
good,
working
man?
on now is just being super focused on just being really good at this role. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a blessing. So I
Yeah.
feel like I have to take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely, man. One of the things I'm hype about, in the future, I'm gonna bring on different guests, some guys that I know that have been in tech for a long time. They're not even solutions engineers; they do other things in tech. But it's like, man, they make so much money. Like most of them make $250,000 and up easy, and they
Yeah.
make so much money in tech that they actually are entrepreneurs. They're like serial entrepreneurs where they have multiple businesses. Like literally, they're millionaires but they still work in tech. But the reason why they still work in tech is because they get paid so much in tech, it gives them the money and resources for them to invest in all of
Yeah.
their, whether they're real estate
Yeah.
businesses, whether it's like they're in Turo or they have Airbnb business. It's like, man, like that this is such a good support system for whatever you want to do as an entrepreneur or whatever you want to
Yeah.
do for your family. It's such a blessing. So I'm right there with you when you say like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm going to be in this space for a minute. I'm going
Oh
to
yeah.
see where this takes me. but I'm definitely gonna leverage this opportunity in a big way to be a big blessing. And I mean, we're kind of like on the exact same vibe in terms of being like, yo, want to give back to people, tell people
Yeah.
about this, you know,
Yeah.
because it's like, man, nobody's talking about this. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't hear people talking about this. It's like, bro, what's like, we need more people talking about this, telling men and women.
That's what this is,
Like,
bro.
you
That's
said
what this
what?
live is. I said, and
Yeah,
that's what this live is. And I appreciate you for what you're doing and how you're putting the message out. Thank you, bro. Like, just for creating this to bring awareness to this, because we saw it, but like, it's like, yo, how do we turn our people's heads to it? Like, yo, why are we not talking about this?
yeah,
Even my girl too. Like, she was, you know what I'm saying, a girl that didn't really even get out of Baltimore much. Yo, she has a passport now. Like, we're going to Jamaica next month. Saying like I'm saying like we're going to London. I'm gonna take her to Bali to do an elephant. You know what I'm saying?
come
I'm
on.
probably gonna start a brand. Like, as far as entrepreneurial ventures go, I'm probably gonna start a brand for her. She went to school for fashion and stuff. Yeah, she's in QA, but yo, now she has more time to like create, and that's what this room is. You know what I'm saying, like, she has more time to do stuff that she wants to. I'll probably start like a brand for her, and we'll go. You know what I'm saying, like, we're both getting into it. So it's like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, we have the time
Man,
to do that. We have the capacity to do that. And
yeah,
truthfully, the crazy thing is our jobs want us to, especially because I work for HubSpot. They want us to start businesses in HubSpot so that we can use HubSpot and we can be more familiar with it to tell other people about it. Imagine working for a company that allows you to start a side business with their software. So
yeah.
here, you
Bro,
know?
so I just stopped doing my counseling sessions to start doing this, to focus all my energy on this. And the thing that's funny is that with my counseling sessions that I was doing, I used to use Zoom until I started working at Dialpad. And I was like, my company's technology is way better than Zoom. So
Yeah,
literally, I'm a customer of my company. I
let's
pay my
go.
company $20 a month to use their software, like literally for my counseling sessions. And so, and my company
The
loved it.
best part.
They hit me up and they were like, yo, like, you know, not they hit me up. My manager was like, he was like, you know, like, you don't have to like pay. Like, you work here, we can hook you up.
The best part that you didn't even mention in that,
What's
you
that?
also own shares of the company. You have
Yes,
RSUs.
literally,
So, so,
literally.
so
Now
it
I don't
literally
have
works itself out.
15,000 in share like you. I got mine 5,000. I'm putting more into it, but
Oh,
still,
no,
I
I'm
do
definitely
own
putting more
shares in
in.
my company. And my company
I
ain't even
think,
went public yet. They're going public in like a year.
hey, and when that happens, hey,
You already know.
when that happens, bro.
literally, man, you already know. So look, man, bro, thank you so much, dude. I mean, I'm not wrapping up. We're gonna get to these questions, man. But I wanted
Thank
to
you.
thank you, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Bro, man, your story is fire. I feel like the more we talk, the more it's just unpacked and unfolded how fire the story is, just how much of a blessing it is, man. I don't think everyone doesn't need to get in tech, obviously, but it's like,
Right.
man, I so much want people to find something that's such an incredible blessing, like this space, and it's just phenomenal, straight up. And man, your story. I feel like, man, your story capitalizes on so much.
It's just God, bro. It's
Man,
God. It's not even my story, bro. It's his story. History. Get it? It's his story.
yeah.
His story. It's history. Let's go. I mean,
Amen, bro. Man, I'm with
it's,
that, man. I'm grateful
it's
to God. I'm grateful for what he's done in your life, what he's done into the life of your new wife, and just the blessings that it is, bro. It's dope, man. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited. Nigga, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. We're at the
this
bottom
is
level.
just the beginning.
It's only up from here. Like, that junk is
Like,
crazy.
you're
Like,
really
I feel
good.
like we've
Like, bro,
already made it, and we're just
you're
at the
really good,
starting
bro. Like,
line. It's crazy.
you're good, bro. Congratulations to you, bro. Like, you're good, bro. You
Yeah.
did it. No degree. No. I didn't get any certifications after I got the job either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're teaching me stuff that I'm probably gonna learn on the way. No degree. I didn't
No
finish
degree.
school. I went to school for music, bro. Jazz, trumpet. That's that's the thing I do. I mean, that's what I went to school for. I didn't, no degree, no certifications, no experience, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And then God just, yo, I don't know how it works, the science. It's just prayer works. You know what I'm saying? Like, my girl was like, I want to move out of Baltimore. I want to make more money, and I want to something else. Sorry. But I'm excited. This one job offer got her all three of the things that she asked for. And it came like right at the end of the year. You get me? And I had to tell her, like, no. You are a QA lead already. Like,
Yes.
you are that. Don't get discouraged that these companies are telling you no. If you can't take rejection, I promise you, you're not cut out for, you're not going to make it in the tech industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be okay with things not working. You get me? So, so basically what I'm saying is, no, so basically what I'm saying is she got it at the end of the year. And it was just like, wow. You said you wanted to make more money. You said you wanted to travel. You said you wanted to move out of Baltimore. You did those three things. We're doing those three things right now this week. You feel me? And how would she have known if she wasn't exposed to it? You know what I mean? And she had that same hunger, the same drive. Yo, we moved to Nashville. They gave her a signing bonus to help with the move and everything. You feel me? Like, I'm saying they gave her a signing bonus and some money to help with the move. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
They want you
That's
guys.
a blessing.
And a lot of people aren't doing the work for these role specific. They're not doing the trainings for these role specific roles. I guess. You know what I mean? Careers does that.
Yeah.
The graduation that I'm speaking at does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, find what you want to do, and do it.
Yeah.
You ask the right question. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, yeah, a lot of people, because obviously they hear us talking about being sales engineers, so I can tell in everybody's minds they're like, no, I want to do what y'all are doing, because I can tell a lot of people think that they have to do this in order to make this money or in order to be in tech, and that's not the case. Like, there are literally, whether it's through Careerist or even another tech boot camp, it's like, yo, there are other positions in tech that you can use. Like, I believe, and I mean, let me know your thoughts on this. I believe that the best thing to do, and this is my opinion, is like, hey, if you're a person that's like, if you care a lot about making a bunch of money, which I know most of us do, it's like, yo, look at like maybe the top 10 or top 20 careers in tech where you can make like a lot of money. And then look at each of those careers and then probably narrow it down to like 3 or 4 that seem like something that you might be good at. And then through there finding something. So don't think like, oh, I got to do what Cyrus is doing, or I have to do what Emmanuel is doing.
Watch this. I spoke with somebody yesterday, and people hit me up that's why I appreciate what you're doing in your platform and the way that you're doing this. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I got work to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of study to do. But people hit me up on the daily, so I'm not going to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to do what you're doing. But so that's why I'm like, yo, thank you for creating this space for us to do this. But what I'm saying is, people hit me up on a daily asking about my journey into tech. Some people who have been following me from before, like while I was still flipping chicken, even my old coworkers hit me up like, yo, so wait, you really moved to Nashville? Like, all of this happened? Like, where'd you find the money to do this? Like, you went to London? Like, you bought your girl tickets to Jamaica? Y'all about to do what? Like, honeymoon? It's all of this stuff that happened in such a short amount of time that people are like asking, like, what did this happen? How'd you do this? I'm going to say that if you want to do something, you'll do it. You'll ask the right questions and you'll figure out how to do it. Being on this live, you ask the right questions, and that's why you're here on this live, getting this information. I mean, the information is simple. Just click the link in Cyrus's bio, and just read up, like literally. And if you have questions, if you have concerns, one, you can talk to either of us. I love talking about this stuff. Or if you don't trust us and you really think, I don't know why you think this, we are capping on this live. If you think that, that's fine. Okay, all right, cool. Do your own research. Yeah. And I promise you, if you Googled sales engineer right now, you would be floored at the amount of job openings just in your state looking for this role.
Yeah, Google how much sales engineers make, just the average income. Like, if you think like we're just making stuff up.
But the main point that I want y'all to know is, like, we're talking about any part of tech. This is just sales. And it's not a coincidence that me and him landed in sales engineering roles. Guess what? A lot of you guys on this live, you guys are you have customer facing roles, right? There's something on the back end. See, sales engineering is pre-sales.
Yeah.
Post-sales is everything that happens after a sale.
Yeah.
So you can also work customer service management in these tech companies. The same thing you are doing at Target, y'all.
Yes.
The same thing y'all are doing at Best Buy, at Rite Aid, The same
Yeah.
thing that y'all are doing and the talent, the experience that you have there, yo,
But they're
you're
gonna
going
pay
to start
you
looking
three
at a
times
different,
more or four times more to do the same thing you're
doing the
doing.
same stuff. What me and Cyrus did was just display skills of things that we already knew how to do. He already had sales experience. I already had sales experience. You know what I'm saying? It was really easy for us to sell ourselves during the interview. You know what I'm saying? But it also wasn't hard for us to confidently speak about the things we know how to do. And we let the things that we know how to do talk for us to the point where they saw enough value in us to hire us, which
Yeah.
I still think my company is crazy. They really hired me, bro. Like that, like that's wild. My mom didn't believe me. When I told her, she was like, how's the job hunt going? And I was like, yeah, I got this company. They're trying to hire me for 80, but that's like way too low. And she was like, you? And I told y'all my mom is Nigerian, like she's really Nigerian. She's like, eh? Who? You like you didn't finish degree. You don't have paper. Like once you who's going to pay you that amount? You gotta take this dog. She was on me
Bro,
like
I bet
that.
she's so proud of you now, dude.
Oh, bro, I'll be honest with you. She still can't believe it. It was one day, I just gave her money, like we call it first fruit. I'm saying, like, from my first paycheck. She was like, how can you do this? Like, how can you afford this? I was just, I'm saying, like, because I help with the bill. So we like, man, God bless my mom, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like, damn, God bless that lady. But she was like scared. She was like, you're really making this amount? How can you afford to give me this much? Da, 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 da. And I was just like, my sign. Remember that it was that check that I had the salary, the signing bonus,
Yeah.
the
Oh, it was from that one?
commissions,
Oh,
and I was like, yo, I got extra bread. I'm gonna just throw my mom some money. Yo, that's what happened. And she was just like, what? She was surprised that we didn't really ask for, you know what I'm saying, like help to move to Nashville. It was just like, I've kicked out a lot of bread, but I have it now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Obviously, my girl, I told you, she went half on me, bro. You thought I was about to disappoint? No, no, no. I came
Exactly.
through. As a matter of fact, my first paycheck was probably what I made. Like, my first month was 6 months of what I would have made at Nando's for the chicken, bro. I have to, this is not cap. And
That is,
I'm
oh
sitting
my
here
God.
thinking when I'm doing my work, when I'm doing my role plays. By the way, my training is 6 months long. I'm still in training. I'm letting y'all know that because these tech companies, they don't just throw everything at you in the beginning. They
Yeah,
also throw it at you. I don't feel like I'm an employee. They're putting so much into my training that I feel like an investment. They want to make sure
definitely.
that
That you
I do not
succeed.
set
They want you to succeed.
right. They want you to. So imagine, you know what I'm saying? We're so used to working in jobs that like our managers are always on our back and we're never good enough so that we don't ask
Yes.
for raises because we won't feel like we deserve them. No, it's time that y'all started asking yourselves for raises. Ask yourself, do you deserve, because you do. The work you do for the company you work for right now, I promise you they're already paying you.
Bro, you
Find a
preaching.
similar role to what you do now. I bet you they can find it in tech. And if you're really
Yes.
good at that, I bet you they will make that position up for you in their company.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that definitely happens. That definitely happens. Bro, this is good, man. You're preaching, bro. You're giving such a good word, man.
I'm trying
Man,
to, cause I'm just, man. I'm sorry. Just thank you for doing this, bro. Thank you, bro.
man,
Thank you.
thank you for coming on, dude. Well, man,
And my
look,
bad that I'm drinking a beer, by the way. I gotta apologize. This is rude. I'm drinking. I had dinner with my wife right before I came in. And I just needed to finish my beer.
oh, you good, man. Do your thing, man. Do your thing, bro. So we're gonna go ahead and get to these questions. I see a lot of
Let's
people
go.
dropping questions in the chat. Look, if you purchased a badge, we'll be able to answer those questions. We're only acknowledging questions for people who have purchased badges. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump in here into the chat. First off, I'm going to answer one question I actually saw in the chat. Someone asked, and I saw she had purchased a badge. She asked, what about systems engineering? Systems engineering is money. It's money. If it's in tech, it's money. But specifically, systems engineering is popping. Is popping really, really well right now. So yeah, systems engineering, definitely do that. I almost did that instead of solutions engineer or sales engineer. So solutions engineer, money is good. Definitely check it out. Let me go ahead and pull up these questions. So I see I have a question from Hey. Did they purchase a badge? Okay. All right, cool.
Oh, did they posted a badge? All right, cool.
All right,
Purchase our
so
badges, man. Purchase our badges.
the question
Careers doesn't
is,
pay us, by the way.
what'd you say?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. So the question is, so you are able to make your own hours? Uh, yes and no. I'll let you take this first question. My quick answer is yes and no. But go ahead.
I feel like that's a fair answer. Like, I choose my own work schedule, yes. But once again, if you're lazy, do not do this, because they are trusting you to perform at your best. They so much
Yeah.
so that they give you the time to do so. It's me that decided I'm going to work 9 to 5. I decided that. But guess what? On Fridays, I don't do any work past 1. Like, I don't do any work past 1.
Yeah.
I use Fridays to, you know what I'm saying, hang with my wife now. Like, but did I make those hours? Yes. I choose where meetings go in my schedule. If I want to step out to go get a haircut or my beard lined up, guess what? I'm just gonna let them know that I'm out of the office,
Yeah.
and then I'll come back and they'll see that I'm online again, and they'll know. You know what I'm saying? So the answer is yes and no. I agree with that, but I just felt like I had to explain it, because this
Yeah, no,
autonomy
I love the way you
is
said
crazy.
that, where it's like, don't have this mindset. Because I've seen a couple people hit me up like, oh, like, are you able to, like, and it's like, don't come into this thinking you
Yeah,
about to
don't be
finesse
that
these
person.
companies.
They just
Like,
looked out for you. They gave you everything that you
literally.
needed to be successful, and then some, to make you comfortable. Yo, don't be that person that comes in and you want to just stick around and not do anything, because it means you didn't deserve it.
Yeah, he really did. Like, they really are making a serious investment. Like, so it's one thing, I'll say this. It's one thing to work at a company, a tech company, for 7, 8 months, and then another company comes and offers you a lot more money, and then you want to leave. But while you're at that company, like,
Learn,
you're representing
learn.
yourself. Like, do your due diligence. Like,
Yeah,
honor the blessing God gave you in these
yeah,
companies. These ain't no
yeah.
play companies. It's
Right.
like,
The same.
these are huge blessings. Treat it like the blessing that it is, because these really are huge blessings.
Yeah. So the answer to that question, simple, yes and no. But you are entrusted to be a professional about the
Yes.
hours and expectations you set.
Yeah. And not assuming the person that asked that question is trying to be lazy, by the way. I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah. Sorry.
we're addressing the mentality, making sure people ain't
We
trying to
just
do
went
that.
on them, bro. We just went on them.
Yeah,
They turned the live on.
we
They left. They
did.
like, y'all.
It's like, you lazy. You're lazy.
Right.
Stop being lazy.
You
I'm
asked
like, bro,
that
I just had
question
a
because
question. I
you
just wanted
suck.
to know.
You asked that question because you're soft. You know?
Literally. Uh, Someone said, is it a plus to be military veteran, or is that a no factor? So I'm a Marine Corps veteran. So I can say it doesn't really matter. Like, people say that matters a lot. It matters. It matters. But that's not going to be the thing where they're going to be like, oh my God, you're a veteran, we just have to hire you. So it matters. But it's like, at the end of the day, you gotta come with it. You gotta present yourself properly during those interviews and stuff. I'm gonna let you lead on the next question. So the next question is from Dwayne the Director. Did they get a badge? Dwayne the Director. All right, so Dwayne the Director. I'm assuming that's a dude, bro. If you get a badge, we can answer this question. But as of now, it's showing that you don't have a badge. So I'm gonna move on to the next question. So the next one is from RZ627. Okay. All right. So RZ627 asks, what is the difference between a QA engineer and a sales solutions engineer? So basically, what's the difference between what your wife does? You're perfect to answer this, because I can answer it, but I'm sure you understand it better, being that it is your other half is literally doing that job. So what is the difference between what we do and what your wife does? And actually, even maybe, how do they even work together as an organism?
Ooh, that's a great point. Actually, that's a great point.
That second part was
Um,
me. I just want to say that. That second part
yeah,
was me. I say
that's a
that.
great question. That's a great question. All right, so first of all, shout out to Damo, who's in the comments. That's drummer Williams. I think he bought a badge, but I want to shout him out because he's answering some questions. He did QA in careers as well. My boy Damo. I didn't get that referral link. I didn't know referrals were a thing until you came. I was like, word, I could be all right. Bet I can be referring people. I didn't know that, but
Mm-hmm.
Damo did that. So he's answering some questions right now about the QA. So QA, what they do is they test the software to make sure everything works the way it's supposed to work before they roll it out, right? Now, when the developers, like, you have to understand, like, if you're making something, right? Let's take it away from tech for a second, right? If you design this bed, right, and now your handymen are putting the bed together based off of the specifications that you made, right? Somebody like my wife is going to jump on the bed and be like, yo, it rocks a little to the left. You get me? So she tests the software to make sure it does everything. So she's not just testing, like, does this button work? She's literally inspecting the items, like, does this button, like, does the code read correctly? And will it read correctly on all different, like, devices, like on a desktop, on a tablet, on a phone?
Yeah,
Okay?
iPhone or
So,
iOS versus
yeah,
Google Play
right.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep. So she tests that stuff when it comes to software. Me, not do I sell it, I demonstrate it.
Yes.
So if I'm being real, she could probably demonstrate stuff better than me because she tests it, right?
Yeah.
But but what I do is, like, if you are a potential buyer of the software, you're gonna set up a meeting with us, right? Me and Cyrus. And what's gonna happen is we're going to show you the particular use case that you needed to work for. So let's say the product does A through Z, right? But you only care about L, M, and O. And I need to show you how L, M, and O can be implemented in your business and work for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'll show you. So my wife tests it to make sure it works. I show you the value and why your business needs it. But I don't care if you get it or not. You just wanted to know, so I'm showing you. Because the salesperson, their job is to, but I'm not a sales. I'm just showing you some stuff. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would say I would piggyback off that. So piggybacking off of that and kind of talking about the whole organism. And I'm not going to talk about every component of everything in tech, but the whole organism is that, so customers oftentimes is big customers, enterprise customers, or sometimes mid-market. And that's basically saying customers that got a whole lot of money versus customers that got like just some good money. When those customers are asking, can your company do a certain thing, and your company can't do it, after that happens after a while, and usually they're asking us, the sales engineers, during the demonstration, hey, can your company do this thing? And we might say, no, we don't do that. If we hear that often enough, that's when we run it up to the product managers.
Right. Be like, hey, a lot of people want us to do this. We don't do this. So this is what we need you guys to learn how to make our software do this so we can get to the people.
The product managers create a list of different things that customers have been asking for us to do. They prioritize that list in terms of importance. They give those tasks of what the company needs to create to the engineers or the developers, the software developers. And that's when the developers code everything. They code it to make your company's software do that special thing. And then they hand that off to his wife, the QA. She tests it to make sure, like, yo, yeah, this is quality, this works well. Or she says, no, this sucks. Y'all need to fix this, fix that. And then the company gets updated. Everybody knows, hey, guys, we now have this new release. And y'all know on an app, every time your phone gets an update, that's literally what's happening on our phones, on our iPhones, and those who have Androids. Every time your phone is updating, that's literally the system that happened behind the scenes. There's a product manager who got their engineering team to code some stuff to update your phone, and the update got pushed through to your phone, and that's why your phone has to shut down, do the whole update thing, so that way your phone can be upgraded and be better in terms of software. So it all works like an organism, like we're all a team. It's really fire, like how it all flows together. It's really dope. So I'm gonna go to the next question. This is fun. I like this. So next question is from Vel Y Ja. Okay. All right. So Vel Y Ja says or asks, is it possible to continue work my full-time job and be successful with the boot camp simultaneously? I would say yes, because, and the reason why I say that, and again, this goes back to your work ethic, because I can say I would say yes because I was Lyft driving overnight, 6 nights a week. Literally, the boot camp will be over for me at 10:30 at night. I would eat a little snack, spend some time with my girl, jump in the car, Lyft drive overnight until about 6 in the morning. Then I would nap, wake up probably around 9 or 10, study or not study, but look over some of the material they gave me for the boot camp. I might have done like some counseling sessions, something during the day, and then that go to the gym, whatever, and then that evening do another class. So I believe it's doable, but I guess that's my thought pattern. And because of my schedule, maybe me Lyft driving it made it easier for me to do that. But what do you think, bro?
I think the same actually. I just told y'all like I was already not making that much money. I did have to take a pay cut, like a serious one. And I told y'all my girl actually had to, man, there's something about being a man that, you know what I'm saying, like asking my girl who if I had to go back, I wouldn't do that again. You know what I mean? But that's how much I needed to make this work. Feel me?
Yeah.
So I took that pay cut, you know what I'm saying? Like I stopped going out. I had to focus, but I had to make it work. And I literally ended up, my hours were so low that my job had to hire people to replace me. By the time like my schedule was fixing back up because I needed to make some money, they were like, man, we actually had to hire 2 people to replace you.
Dang.
Like, I mean, like we can't just put you back on the schedule the way
Yeah.
you want to be back on the schedule. That was hard for me to hear because I already felt like I wasn't making that much money. Now, I know, like, the person who asked that, maybe, saying, like, you didn't have that type of job where maybe you're making salary, like, I asked you, and say, like, how much do you make now? And how much do you want to make? Like, if I
Yeah.
told you, like, yeah, you will make 6 figures. And even if they start you off to where your OTE is 90, let me tell you something. If you ain't making 90 now, then just take that. Like, what you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
how much do you, like, obviously a person who's making a comfortable amount, and I'm not trying to say whoever asked that question is broken. You're not. That's not what I'm insinuating at all. I just want to make the disclaimer. But what I want to say is if you're asking that question, it means you're not comfortable with what you're making right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there is a role in tech for what you do right now that will pay you double whatever getting paid.
Yeah.
Or somebody who's doing that same role similar that is getting so not only is it maybe it not might not be what you want to make right now, but it will be and it can be.
Yes.
Literally like the increases in salaries they don't go up like
Yeah.
$1 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Literally
Like
a
they go
dollar,
up.
$2.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not I had to fight for a raise at Nando's, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been here like 2 years. Y'all don't give me benefits. I've trained managers. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm still on the line just cooking chicken for you guys. You won't even give me $12? Damn. Because I make $3 in tips? Holy crap. I had to fight for that. Nah, this company now, like, my manager told me, she was just like, I let her know my goals. I was like, I want to be a, leader here. Like, I want to get really good. She was like, that's all you had to tell me. I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, minimum, she was just transparent. She was just like, yeah, you'll likely get a raise, but you know what I'm saying? If you get promoted, like, to the next level of a CEO, that raise is going to be more significant, obviously. She was like, I haven't seen anybody get underneath $20,000 their next year every year. I'm like,
Yeah.
imagine just every year you get paid $20,000 more than
Yes.
last year.
The
You know what I'm
average
saying?
pay bump, to that point, the average yearly pay bump in tech is $25,000. So whereas the average job, you're lucky if your job pays you $1.50 more. In tech, they're paying you $25,000 more, and that's if you stay at your company. Statistically speaking, if you jump companies, and I'm not saying people do that, but if you
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
companies, it's $40,000 pay bumps every time you jump a
yeah.
company. Like it's
And so
it's it's crazy.
with with that being said, like again, and I just want to because it is a mindset shift. The person who's asking this question, like your mindset is trying to figure out what you want more. I think. Are you comfortable with where you are, or are you not comfortable? The
Yeah.
fact that you're asking tells me you're not comfortable. So my question is going to be, what are you about to do about it? Like, are you
That's
about to
good.
risk? You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely did. I had to, shovel my pride down my own throat to ask my girl for the bread to do this. And do you know that it worked out more than what it exceedingly and abundantly above all that you could ever ask for? I'm trying to tell you, God just works like that.
Yeah.
This worked out way better. You know, the money I pay careers back, they do 15% of my gross a month. They were generous with me too, by the way. Yo, they did the gross according to $78,000, which is not my salary.
Wow. Wow.
They were generous with me. Do you hear me? I only I don't want this to scare anybody, but yeah, I'll be honest. Like I pay careers $1,000 a month, right? That's how much I pay back. But here's the thing. I wouldn't be making the money I was now if I, was in the same place.
Exactly.
Biggie did not lie. You know what I'm saying? Like more money, more problems. Not that this is a problem because I just look at that as another one of my bills that I pay a month. And guess what? I still got money to treat my girl, to help her move to, Nashville, Tennessee, take her out to nice restaurants, buy her whatever she wants.
Oh, bro, that's such a good feeling.
You don't, and you have, and that $1,000 a month that I pay them, it's just like, that's just a bill. It's not even something obscene. I wouldn't be making what I make if I wasn't able to do that. So it's all good.
Bro, it's beautiful just even hearing y'all's story. And I don't want to go too off on the rails, but I just want to, man, just acknowledge how dope that is, because nowadays it's so rare for a woman to invest in her man that way. And on the reverse, it's also very rare for a man to appreciate any investment or effort like his woman's giving to that degree. And
I cook for her every night, bro. I don't look. That's my friends will tell you too. I don't know if Damo's still there, yo. They'll tell you like I wouldn't let anything happen to this girl, bro. Even her family, and that's the other thing about our people. I don't want to make this such a black thing right now, but
no, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Hey, bro, like you know what I'm saying. I told you her family is just really tight knit. They didn't even understand what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? When I exposed her to this, she, just she didn't even really get out of Baltimore that much. So knowing that she's doing a job in tech, you know what I'm saying? Her dad works for the city of Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like her mom is a police dispatcher. Her brother's a cop. Her sister does cosmetology. A few other things. Her sister's actually pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And she was working retail. So I'm using that to describe just like what we are exposed to is what we do. You feel me? When her parents not wanting her to go at first, it was just like, man, she's moving to Nashville doing what? Like, we don't even understand it.
Yeah, they don't understand. Let me tell you something.
They are so proud of her, bro. Like, they are like, wow. And yo, me too. Like, I wake up every morning. I'm just like, God, thank you. Like, I don't even know how to.
Crazy.
I don't know. And she's just doing it. The way she goes to work every day. Like the way she, you know what I'm saying? I have fun dropping her off at work in the morning. I'm like, look at you doing tech stuff.
Crazy. We're both getting that tech bag.
Where are we? She's explaining to me how her day went. She's like, man, I've got all these test cases to write. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. She's telling me like she's doing bug reports tomorrow. She might have to stay in the office till 2 a.m. I'm like, listen to you. Who are you?
Crazy.
You was dressing mannequins 6 months ago, baby.
God, dog, they took y'all out the hood. Y'all don't know how to act.
Dog, it's just a serious blessing, man. And the crazy thing is, again, like even her too, like she just felt like, man, where we were having completely different conversations. Now we have time to hang with each other. Like we cook together every single night, bro. Like we sit down, like when we have work hours, because she works 3 days in the office, 2 days at home, but I'm fully remote. That's why I was able to just move to Nashville out of nowhere. Yes. Like, yeah, I'm moving. My family's like, what? What are you talking about? Like, what about your job? I'm like, what?
I work remote. I can live anywhere.
I feel like not being able to move would literally disqualify the purpose of being remote. Like, what do you mean I can't move? Like, I went to visit my sister in London, and I was like, before I knew I had to come to Nashville, I was saying to myself, yo, I might need to stay here for 3 months with my sister. Like my sister just needs people around her. She has no family over there. That's why I needed to go. I'm blessed that I was in a position to just go to London at the drop of a hat. You feel me? That too was crazy. You know, see my sister in 4 years. I was like, I need to move here for 3 months. I sneaked that into my boss's ear. Do you know that we had a one-on-one just so that she can let me know about the mobility policy? And I thought I was in trouble. She was like, no, Emmanuel, I'm just letting you know if you want to go and work in London, like you can. I was just like, wait, that's what this is?
Yeah.
Dog. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so since then, hey man, it's just been a blessing. I just want y'all to know that. My bad. Let's get back to
That's
the
so good.
question.
Nah,
My
man, that's
bad, my
good,
bad,
man. I
my
love
bad.
it. And I mean, everybody here loves it too. So before we jump to the next question, I just want to clarify, because I know a few people are starting to get confused. Careers has a few different options. They have an option where basically you can just pay the $3,500 up front, or you might be able to like split it and do half and half during the duration of the course. For those who, you're like, hey, I don't have 3,500, I'm not going to have $3,500 to pay in 1 month, which is most people just don't have that kind of money. For those that are in that situation, they do have a deferred payment to where that you pay them a certain percentage of your paycheck. Basically, you don't pay them up front. They really help you get a job somewhere,
It's in their
because
best
now they
interest if
really
they
got
want
to
to
help you
pay.
get a job somewhere. So that way, so now you get a job in tech, and then you just pay them. So it's interest. So basically, it's like, yo, you either pay everything up front, or for those that are very hesitant, or those that are like, I'm not really sure about this, then that will kind of be something where it's like, hey, you can kind of go through the program, but there's still a business at the end of the day. It's like, hey, if you're going to do our program and not pay us, then hey, on the back end there is a deferred payment option instead. So those are two options, they have like 2 or 3 different options. So go on their site. You can go on their site. You can look at it. You can access it through the link in my bio. What were you about to say?
Here's the other thing. I just want to be clear. The pay structure has changed just a little bit. I think the best thing that you're going to do for yourself, if you are interested, just get on the phone with them for real. Like just get on. They do have information on the website, but listen, let them know Cyrus sent you. You know what I'm saying? Like click the link in his bio. You feel me? And let them know you were interested, but you had questions, and you just asked them. And my
Yeah.
question to you while you're asking those questions is going to be, what would it be? What would it cost you to just do it? I'm telling,
Yeah.
like, we are living testimonies, bro. Like, you're talking to somebody who came from flipping chicken, you know what I'm saying, in the hood of Baltimore,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, to quadrupling his salary. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you to do
And
this.
they didn't
Cyrus
tell
is
us to
telling
do
you.
this, by the way.
No, they don't
Careers
know
didn't
that we're
say, hey
doing it.
guys, go out and tell people about us. It's
We
just
we
we
get
realized,
nothing.
yo, this space, the tech space, like to me, it's not even, I don't even really necessarily care to promote careerists. I just care more so about encouraging people to get into the tech space. But I realized, hey, careerist is a really solid route to
Right.
get there.
No, no,
And
no.
we're
Because
proof of it
it's
because we
easy
did
to
the
say.
program.
It's easy to say get into tech, right? But now we are saying not just get into tech, but here is how. Yo,
Yeah.
right here.
Bro, you
If
don't have to go
me
to
and my
college
brother
for
were 19,
4 years, 6 years, 8 years. You don't have to go $80,000 in debt. Like you don't have to do none of that stuff. And then
let, let's talk.
you
Let's talk
also
about
get
that, bro.
help getting a career. You don't. It's
Let's
not
talk
you just
about that.
finish. What's up? Go
What did
ahead,
you pay in school? What did you pay in school for one semester? No, no, for four
man.
semesters, a whole year, right? What did you pay? Let me tell you
People
something.
pay
What, way more. You pay.
way
I
more
think
one
at
semester.
Texas, 1 year was 15 grand for 1 year. You feel me? I took a 4 week course that I paid 800 up front for, and they got me a 6 figure job. What
Yeah,
does college guarantee you? A piece of paper, and they
yeah.
don't help you get a job.
They do not help
You
you get a
saying?
job. And
Two,
then
two,
even on top of that, let's say for those, because most people don't pay for college up front,
uh-huh.
you're gonna be paying off your student loans for 20 years.
Not just that,
Like,
bro. You're probably paying for stuff that you didn't know you need. Did you know that I took 4 semesters of Mandarin Chinese? Yeah, 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 yeah,
nigga, I was not
yeah,
ready for that. No,
bro.
I was
Yeah,
not ready for that.
do I use it? No, I had to pay for that, bro. You get me? You were going to be paying that much. Yo, I paid literally like I'm the only person in my family that didn't finish school. I didn't. All my family, they all finished. Now I make like the same amount as like some of the doctors and nurses we got in there. I
Yeah,
didn't finish school. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
but school, you're paying for all of this stuff that you don't need, and they don't help you get a job. And
Bro, I
even the
be
ones who
thinking
do,
about
some of
that.
y'all got master's degrees. Y'all make 55 grand. I'm just gonna let you know, like I make more than that.
Bro, that junk is so I think about that. I'm like, bruh, I'm like, in the next 3 years, I'm gonna literally be living like next to doctors and lawyers. And I never went to
Taylor
college.
Swift lives down the street from me,
Never
bro.
went to, what'd you say?
Taylor Swift lives down the street from me. It's not cap. We shop at the same Whole Foods, bro.
See,
We
look,
shop at the same Whole
he
Foods.
can do that because him and his wife, they both in tech. so I'm
And that's
working on
another
that
thing
right
too.
now.
Now, if you even right now, y'all need to be thinking of your relationships as partnerships. Because I feel like some of y'all, like when y'all get to that point, you realize that your household is at 6 figures, but you haven't been thinking about it like that. So you haven't been operating like that. Me and my girl now, yes, I make 6 figures. She makes just under, but guess what? Together, our household, we at about 200K right now. You feel me? Like we just over
Killing
200K.
it.
That's how you get to the bag. You want to get to $1 million? Yo, you and your partner do 500 each. You make $1 million a year.
Yes, man.
But that's something else. That's something else, bro. That's something else for another day, bro. Please,
Man, that's
get
good.
back to
Man,
the
let's get to these questions, bro. This is good, man. I'm getting hyped. This is a blessing, man. Y'all let us know in the chat. Look like it's blessing y'all. Let us know in the chat if this is blessing y'all.
Oh, man.
So the next question. So first, let me go. Did Dwayne the director get a badge? Okay. All right. Cool. So we're gonna move on. Dwayne the director. So next question is did Ellie Barajas or Barah? Okay. All right. Cool. So her question is, do you think the push for minorities going into tech will continue to increase? I asked this because I won't be able to join careerists until the fall, but I want to make sure it's not too late. So again, do we believe that the push for minorities going into tech will continue to increase?
Yes. Short answer, yes. Listen, the push, it's not just tech. Y'all have to understand, in the world right now, the push for diversity, inclusion, and belonging is huge. You know what I'm saying? So y'all think about this for a second. About 2 years ago, Gucci had this product, right? Where it was a turtleneck. I know y'all remember this joint. And when you put the turtleneck up around it was a black turtleneck. And as soon as you put it up to your mouth, you see the red lips, right? And so many people tweeted and they were like, if there were more black people on your board, there's a chance that wouldn't have happened. Yo, just so y'all know, they took that very seriously. Y'all see it in movies every day now. Y'all see more lesbian led roles in movies and stuff like that. You see more, you know what I'm saying, like people of different, just different people in commercials now. These jobs are not the same. So I promise you, yeah, there will definitely be some push for diversity going in. You won't be too late. It's never too late. Truthfully, we're just going to be doubling everything in the next like 10 years.
Yeah.
These tech companies are getting bigger. There's more money flowing. People are trying to build the future a little bit faster. You're going to realize, like, whatever field, whoever asks that question, whatever field you're in, Google it, and Google it like for a tech company that you might know of, or find a company that does that. I promise you, you're going to drop jaw at how many openings there are across the United States.
Yeah, you don't have to have a tech job.
No.
You can work at a tech company and still make more money than what you're already making.
Because they pay bread. So the number of jobs itself, are only going to increase. But I promise you, there are so many right now. So you won't be too late if you do careers in the fall. You could do career. You could plan to do it next year. They'll be there. Trust me.
Yeah.
They'll probably be better.
I say amen to that. Yeah, tech companies are popping up like hotcakes. Like they are popping up, and it's just more. It's only going to be more tech companies that are popping up, more startups, and they're going to need more people. And so, yeah, for the most part, I do believe we're going to see like waves where they'll care more and less about hiring minorities, more and less about hiring women, depending on events that are happening in society, stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, this isn't something where it's like a year from now, oh, they're not gonna hire you no more because you're black. Like it's not gonna be like that. Like they still care about minorities, diversity. They care about these things a lot, a crap ton more than other companies care about it. They talk about these things. They've done studies to show that companies that have a diverse team are more successful. They perform at a higher level. So these companies do care about diversity. I'm gonna go to the next question. So next question is from Boosie Boss. All right, so Boosie Boss is showing that you've not gotten a badge. Are you about to say something?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Boosie Boss, it's showing that you haven't gotten a badge, so we're gonna move past you. I feel like we answered this question though to a degree earlier. Anyway, so next question is from Hannah Barhane or Hannah Burhane. Okay, so Hannah Burhane says, is it possible to get a part-time job in tech after the tech boot camp? I'm working in the psych field and want to do both. So is it possible to get a part-time job in tech?
I want to start keeping the answer short because I want to answer more questions. So I'm trying to keep it short. The answer to this question is going to be yes. Believe it or not, Careerist has a job that you can do in tech part-time. They have an internship actually that they provide, which is really, really cool. So you can do the Careerist internship, right? If you're doing QA, I think they're starting to get more paid internships now. But the one my girl did, I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I haven't gotten used to it yet. The one my wife did, she didn't do a paid internship, but she still got a job. Which is cool. So the short answer, yes. But that would only be like sales positions. But if you think about it, if it's any other position other than sales, it's probably going to be paying you more than what job is making now if you get the job.
In psych. Yeah, she said the person who said the question and said she's in psych, and I'm like, yeah, they'll probably be paying you more than what you're getting in psych.
Yeah.
I say I agree with what he said. I haven't seen any part-time positions in tech, but I'm not going to jump and say that they don't exist. Are they super common? I don't think so because I haven't seen them. Nevertheless, yeah, they definitely exist. So next question. It's from Dwayne, the director again. Bro, this is a great question, but you have to get a badge or answer questions for people who have.
Dang, bro, you're getting all the a badge costs $1, bro. I'm saying like these are great questions you're asking, bro. Come on.
Yeah, y'all. We dropping some good stuff. So let's get a little
badge, bro. I want to know these questions.
Yeah. So edac.feon. Okay. All right. So she said, we've heard of an abundance of pros. What are the biggest cons? That's a great question. What are the cons?
I love you for that. Thank you for that.
What are the cons?
Thank you for that. The cons are, you're gonna have to go because I'm gonna turn every con into a pro though. So you feel me?
I'm not gonna lie. So a couple people have asked me this question, and I actually was pondering today, and I was like, "What is a con?" I would say I feel like
people are gonna think we're acting right now, bro. We're not acting.
Yeah,
we are not acting.
So if I had to stretch myself to make a con, and this con could be turned into a pro, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let him do that. This is the only con I would say, is that these most of these careers, I can't say all of them, most of these careers in tech are more mentally taxing than so physically they're not taxing, emotionally they're not taxing, because again, the culture of these companies, the culture is beautiful. These companies treat you lovely, like lovely.
We're gonna talk about that, bro.
It's lovely how they treat you. So emotionally it's not taxing, physically it's not taxing, but usually depending on your job in tech, mentally, like at the end of the day, on most days, I would say, and literally, this is where I work. I don't get up from here when I work. I feel exhausted, but it's because mentally, because it's like you got to be quick. Like it's like, man, it's fun though. It's like, oh, like, it's so much fun, but you will feel mentally tired.
And I think it's because of but if you were paying attention earlier, what we said was the thing about it is the person that you become, the mental toughness that you build while you're learning. And while you're interviewing, you become the person that can handle that stuff. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that is the other thing. But I will agree with you. If I had to make a con, like this was work, but that's a pro. Like, it took a lot of work and it took a lot of me figuring a lot of this stuff out. But I'll be honest, careers alone and even this live is kind of like taking some of that pressure off of you. If you're thinking about doing this, yo, do it. But if you're gonna do it, you're gonna need to commit to doing it so that you can get the most out of it. I think me and Cyrus both, because okay, let's be real transparent with them, bro. A lot of people from our classes didn't get jobs. But it's not that they didn't get jobs, they're still looking for jobs. And this is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And I will confidently say that, like, no joke. It's just that me and you did like so much work. I feel
And we
like
were not
from your
playing.
class, people would probably say, "Oh no, Cyrus deserved the job that he got. Like, he actually put in a lot of work." If you ask people from my class, like, they'll be like, "Oh, we're not surprised that E-Man got a job." Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. A lot
he
of
was
people weren't
very
surprised that I got
attentive.
it because I was not
Yeah,
playing. I was not playing.
I was. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. Not that I was hating on you, but I was like, "Damn, this nigga got a job faster than me." I felt like I was on it. Like, dang.
Nigga, I
People
was
look at me
mad
like I'm the
when you started, when
bro.
you got in HubSpot and when you got that bonus. I was like, God,
Bro,
dog, how you get HubSpot?
Uh, but I was like, man, he got a job the month after. Nigel had to check me like, bro, you just started looking for a job like yesterday. Then it blew me. So we were talking about like my future plans and whatever, right? Do you know that one of the people that put me onto the sales engineering path, I called him to let him know I got a job at HubSpot. He like screamed. He was like, what? How? Wait a minute. No way. Nah, bro, you're a savage. This is what he said to me. No joke. He was like, bro, I just needed you to get some experience. I would have totally hired you. You seem like a savage, but now you just proved that by getting a job. I just talked to you in June. It's October. What do you mean you got a job? I didn't know how much work goes into getting this role. I just felt like I was doing what was necessary. Do you know that there are people that have been looking to get into this role for 5, 6 years? You know what I'm
I
saying?
can
A
believe
lot of
that.
people are
Yeah,
impressed with our story because they waited, like, they had to wait 7 years to get into this
yeah,
role or whatever like that.
yeah.
Yo, even if you look, yo, I'm gonna be real with you. If you look for a lot of jobs right now, sales engineer, they will say entry level, but they will also say 5 to 7 years of experience needed, which tells you that these companies don't even know what they're looking for. How is it
They
entry
don't.
level and you're looking for somebody who has 5 to 7 years of experience in an entry level job? What are you talking about? But that's exactly what I applied for. But I got in front of the fact that I was like, yo, I don't have any experience. I'm gonna be real with you. But I know this and I know that. And I have these skills and I have that skill. And I can show them to you. And then I showed it to them. They were like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Give them the job. Do you know that they actually paid me like for what the pay band for this particular role? I'm small business right now, which by the way is a pilot team, which means that they don't have this. They made this up for me to be on. They put an inexperienced person on a pilot program.
Nigga,
That's
they
how
did the
much they trusted
same
me.
thing for me in my company.
And we are two brothers with no experience, and they
Yeah,
did this with us. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, they want you guys.
yeah,
You have to like you. Once you know that, I promise you'll start operating differently. You'll start doing the work, and you'll start realizing
yeah.
like this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Because now I just do the work. I still feel like I'm doing nothing, but my boss tells me every day, like, yo, man, you're making a lot of great contributions to the team, the way we're building out this program. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, if you say so, the hell, I'm be 100% transparent with y'all again. Today, I had what, 2 meetings. My day was done at 12:30. I'm gonna lie, I've been in a good mood all day, especially because I knew I was doing this live tonight. Then I picked my girl up from work. We made dinner. We ate, and I was just in a good mood. I did nothing past 12:30 is what I'm saying. I chose not to. But granted, but that also means that I know in my mind I took this day off. I'm gonna get to the work. I had 2 meetings today. That was it. But now tomorrow, of course, I'm gonna like do some more research for one of the companies. I think how much money we make them, bro. You're right. I mean, like I approved a deal that was worth 700,000, right? And I was like, remember, I'm small business, right?
Yeah.
That 700,000 is for a 10-year contract. So
Yeah.
how much money did I just help the company make?
You said
You just added zero.
it was a how much deal? A 70,000 a
It was
year?
no, a $700,000 a year.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You what is that?
Not that I didn't. Hey, I didn't
7
close it.
million?
I approved it. All I did was have to look it over to make sure none of the questions that they had were technical to see if they needed me to show them
Dang, y'all! He
something.
made his company
Once I did
$7 million.
yep,
That's
yep.
wild.
But that's why I get paid so handsomely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and these are skills that I already, y'all. the main thing I want y'all to take from this live is that most of you on here have a lot of the skills that you already need to be doing exactly what you're doing already, just from a position that isn't a struggle one. That's real, bro. Like, that's what I really mean. I'm sorry.
That's super
It's just been
good.
such a testimony, bro. Like,
That's
thank
a
you,
blessing.
bro, again, for doing this, bro. Thank you.
Now, man, it's my pleasure, bro. I'm looking at some of the other questions. So Lynn Love.
Round
Okay.
robin. Let's go.
All right. So Lynn Love, she said, someone asked, can you work for these companies as a felon? I don't think you can. Not in most of them. I don't think you can. I
Most
know
of them.
I have a crap ton of misdemeanors. I've been to jail a lot of times, especially when I was younger. I've been to jail a lot of times, but I don't have any felonies on my. Now, some startups, some tech companies will, but many of them that are shelving out big dollars, they do their due diligence. Like they're gonna do a background check. So
There was a job. There was a job that I applied for, not as a sales engineer, by the way. This is for some other job, not in tech. It was just Aerotech. Some of y'all might know them. I applied for a job with them. They did a background check and they reneged their offer to me. Their
oh
offer was
wow.
only for $19 an hour, though. It was for $19 an hour.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I make, if I had to put an hourly on it, I don't know, like somewhere around like 58, $60 an hour, I guess. But the point that I'm making is like they did background check too. And I won't lie, because I was experienced in getting an offer taken away from me after a back. To this day, I still don't even know what was on my background that like did it. But
Yeah.
I was nervous about that when they did tell me like they got to do a background. I was like, yo, I just got so psyched. Are they gonna take this job offer away from me when they do
Yeah.
the background check? And when I started, I was like, oh. I told them, I was like, I was nervous about that background check. I was like, they were like, why did you kill somebody? Like, as long as you literally haven't murdered, you're good. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think if it's a remote role, then they're probably less tripping on like your background. But I mean, we don't know. I mean, every company is different. So yeah, the standard is no. If you have a felony, if you're a felon, the standard is no. But again, it's all a variety of. It's literally thousands and thousands. It's tens of thousands of tech companies. So again, it's a numbers game. Eventually, one will definitely take you. Is it
It's
ideal?
a
Is
number
it
game. I
normal?
like that.
No. But can you find one? Yes, you can.
I threw my spreadsheet away during the move, but I kept my spreadsheet as a souvenir, like for the work that. So when I say when you say numbers game, nah, it really is. Just
Yeah.
keep
I had
applying.
about close to 200 companies tell me no. Like I had because I was, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was a hound. I was a flipping hound. Like careers
Damn.
would, like you said, they were applying to like 20 companies a night. Nigga, every day I got up, I spent like 2 hours. Now I was lazy, so I was doing the little LinkedIn fast apply where you just kind of upload your resume. I was doing that like to 20, depending on the day, I applied to about 5 to 10 companies a day, doing like the little fast apply thing. And then I would like update my spreadsheet with what company I applied to, what the location is, if it's remote or not. Like I like filled all the information in, and then companies I applied to a day or 2 days before that, if they hadn't responded yet, I would go and shoot them an email. Like I had a whole system. I was like, bro, I'm about to get in tech. And so I was like, bro, I'm not playing. I am not playing at
Yeah.
all. So I knew careers would have eventually got me in tech just by themselves. But I was like,
Yeah.
that's if I just
No.
rely solely
That's
on
facts.
them, it's probably gonna take like 7 to 8 months. I was like, no, I'm trying to get in now. Like now.
And that's another thing too. Like so a lot of people. I had an interview with the editor in chief of LinkedIn, like right before I left London, who wanted to hear my story a little bit about how I leveraged LinkedIn. Now, yes, Careers helps you get a job. Like they will help you with your resume. First, they'll build the resume for you and literally just tell you to plug in and change some words around. they'll even put some tech stuff that they kind of go over in the course on your
Yeah.
resume. They tweak it just a little bit. They help you rephrase some of your experiences to sound more fitting to the role that you're applying for. And they apply for the roles for you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll
Yes.
just get emails of which jobs are applying for you. So when they hit you up, literally, all you have to do is just make sure you look them up and align yourself with the company and then
Yeah.
just interview, bro. I have started a small thing where people, even if you're not looking for sales engineering jobs and you're looking for a job in tech, as long as your resume is right and you feel like you have some experience, I can teach you how to leverage LinkedIn, like talk to network with the right people so that you can start interviewing. I can't do these interviews for you guys, you know what I'm saying? But if you are really looking for a job and don't know where to start in tech, yo, please hit me up. I will teach you how to use LinkedIn to talk to the right people that are looking for you. You know what I'm saying? I was the same way, bro. That's probably why me and you are like, we're careerists favorite. I was actually talking to Damari's like right before I jumped on the live actually. She's like, obviously like you've gotten some people to sign up and like they're starting to feel it because they're like Osiris sent me. So Damaris is just like, wow. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm going live with, Osiris tonight. Um or whatever. And she was still didn't even know what that meant. I don't know where she's from. I think she's from like Ukraine or something like that. But she just didn't even know what that meant. And I was just like, man, this is really, she told me she was just like her family thought she was crazy when she was creating this, particularly because it's just like you're putting all this work in, her work-life balance is getting off, and she was scared. Like she had 3 interventions, doing it. And what I'm saying to you guys is the innovators are usually labeled the crazy ones. You get me? And it's not until it gets innovated. Like you have to be the innovators of yourself right now. You will seem crazy if you take a pay cut or if you decide to do careers and go all in, but I promise you it'll work out exactly the way you need it to for where you want to go. And once it does, man, the only thing you want to do is do exactly what Cyrus is doing, trying to give y'all the game, bro. Like you have to. I'm tired of people telling us that black people are the crabs in the bucket. That's not true, bro. We help out on people too. What are you
Yes.
talking about? Don't speak that over my life. I help out everybody that's around me. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
exactly.
I'm ready. Don't tell me I don't help my people. What the hell? And this is how we doing it. Now, cool. People be coming like, yo, this is a scam, or Cyrus is talking BS, or Emmanuel's talking BS, like that didn't work. No, no, no. We're telling you guys we did it. If you still want to call Cap, yo, do your own research. I
Yeah.
encourage you, please do your own research. But no, we aren't just saying get into tech. Yo, this live is to show you guys, here is how. This is the how right here. And I promise you, you're qualified. No, you don't need to know like the complexities of a computer. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to. Me and my wife laugh every day because it's just like, we really thought you had to be computer whizzes to get into tech or to get some of
Yeah.
these jobs. It's not true. Who told you that? It's a lot of people. You worried about the price. Let me tell you, you worried about. He's even giving you a discount code
Yeah.
to just do it. What
I
excuses
ain't,
do
I
you
ain't have
have?
no
Like, just
discount code when I
do
did
it.
it.
You know what I mean? Right. You want to know how to get in tech. This is how. This is how you do it. And it doesn't matter where you start because here's the thing: you're probably already doing it, just not in the capacity that you could be doing it. Here is how. Please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. That's good. We're gonna hit on like it's just a couple more questions left. I want to make sure I'm not missing any new ones that have popped up. Okay, it looks like they rearranged the order of this. This is really weird. Instagram got to get it together. So is there a me underscore heartless 24? Me underscore heartless 24. Okay. All right, me underscore heartless 24. It's not showing that you purchased a badge, so I'm gonna move past your question. Edac.Ifyong. Okay, Edac.Ifyong asks, what made you say yes to your current job versus the other tech offers where certain things not offered? I said yes to my company, Dialpad. First off, I only had, I think, I turned down about three companies before Dialpad came along. The ones I turned down was because one was asking me to move to New York, and they were offering to pay me, I think, $100K, but I was gonna have to live in New York. And I did the math, and I was like, man, I was like, that's like me staying in Atlanta and me being in Atlanta and making just 70K flat. I was like, I'm not trying to do that. Because at the time, with all my hustles I had going on, I was still making about 65K. I was just working like a madman. And so I turned down a lot that weren't offering enough. Or they wanted me to move to some place that I didn't want to live and have to work in their office that I didn't want to work at. Eventually, I chose Dialpad because, for me, one, the company, the biggest thing to me was the money. It was, oh, they're offering a lot of money. I was like, that's great. Two, they're a popping company. I was like, oh, this company's popping. I was like, yo, it would look crazy fire for me to work at this company. Not as popping as HubSpot. He took the cake with HubSpot. But I was like, yo, Dialpad is popping right now. Like, they're really popping. So I was like, yo, this is great. And it's remote work. And I love the culture. But the biggest thing for me, I'm a Marine. My mindset is like, bro, I don't need the culture to be great. I don't need this. I don't need that. Just pay me a lot of money. But I'm happy that the culture is great because they opened my eyes to something I never would have thought was like here in this world. So God really blessed me. What I was looking for, God went above and beyond and blew my mind when
Exceedingly
I
and
even thought.
abundantly above all that you could
Yes.
ever ask for, bro. I'm trying to
Yeah.
listen. Maybe I'll do a day in the life video.
Yeah.
Maybe. Also, the reason why I was jumping right now because this question excites me. Do y'all know? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it short, but there's a story with the offer that I got. First of all, I turned down four companies as well. One of them just came in too low. They were like, "Oh, the base salary will be 65K. Your OTE will be 85." And I was like, "Nah, the OTE is what I was looking for. What my base is." And
Yeah,
just so
the
y'all know what the
base. Yeah.
OTE is, so what it is basically us as sales engineers. So here's the difference: sales reps get paid. There's a split, sometimes 40, 60, 40, where 40% of the OTE is their base, and then the rest is their commission. Um, some of them is 50-50. So if they say the OTE is 160, that means the base salary is 80, right? Ours is split 70-30. So if they tell us that, for example, 100K, that means my base salary is 70K and then my OT is 100. But the thing about our role is that commission is not variable. We're going to get the commission
Yeah,
because
we're gonna
our
get commission.
commission is
Yeah.
not based off of sales. It's based off of the performance of the sales team. And I can guarantee you, if one of your sales teams meets their quota, sales engineers just automatically get that bump. Even if just
Yeah,
one team gets it.
yeah. Usually they even like outperform the quota, like by like they don't like really
So then,
fall like low. Oh, they don't really like
sorry.
fall low in a big way from their quota. So yeah, so my like for instance, my company they're literally doing 3 times what it's supposed to be in terms of
That's my
because
chocolate covered
it's your
strawberry,
what.
yo. That's my chocolate covered strawberry I just saw.
Show your woman
Um,
off. We love that. We here for that. Yeah.
what I wanted to say real quick. They came in too low. The other company, the story that I wanted to tell y'all was I took this offer at HubSpot, right? It was really cool. They were like the OTs 110, which was great. Then they gave me this 15K raise. Super great, right? So literally, we're not joking, quadrupled my salary, 30K to 125, like 6 months, just like that. I mean, then the signing bonus, so they really gave me like 15 more than that, plus the RSUs. They gave me a lot. But here's the thing: there was this other company, Reprise. Their software was demo software, believe it or not. Literally, so if you were a small business and you wanted to get a demo of your product artificially done, literally you just plug in some information about your software and a couple screenshots that you wanted to talk about, and the demo software will put together a demo for you to put on your website for whenever customers.
Oh,
Literally,
that's
I would be
fire. Yeah,
selling
that's
software
fire. That's
that way.
nice.
Bro, I was like, this company's gonna blow. This is fire software, right? So I actually interviewed with them too. Do you know that they offered me? Their offer came the day after HubSpot's offer. They
Word.
offered me 30 grand on top of what HubSpot was offering me.
Ooh, dang.
The reason why I didn't take it was because their offer to do the, remember I told y'all when y'all get to the last stages of the interview process, what happens is they give you assignments to do. Their assignment that I had to do, I did have to do some coding. Every sales engineering position is different. Some sales engineers have to wear different hats. You know what I'm saying? This particular one, I was required to learn some coding, but I told the guy that I did not know how to code, but I still got this assignment done. He was even impressed with the work I was able to figure out. He was so impressed with my aptitude for learning this stuff, even though my project was a mess, but he was impressed. Plus my sales skills and my business acumen. He was like, I will teach you how to code myself. I have the bandwidth and the people under me to teach you what I need you to know. And I will offer you 30K on top of whatever HubSpot offered you. I told him about HubSpot. He was just like, I'll offer you 30K more.
Dang.
Right? And that's why I love this question because there's such a story behind it. The reason why I accepted HubSpot's offer was I had to be real with myself. Learning how to do that assignment was work.
Oh yeah.
Like it was understanding I had to learn a bit of Java and I had to write an API function. And listen to me, during that time I didn't even know what I was talking about. You feel me?
Yeah.
And
I just
he was
learned what
like,
APIs were like 2 weeks ago.
he was like, I will teach you how to do that stuff, but I think you bring so many other skills to the table that I don't think I mind teaching you. Do you hear me? And he was willing to pay me 30 grand more. The only reason why I chose HubSpot is particularly because I knew that this was my first role in this position, and I want to be able to focus on one thing at a time. Because remember, so that was the other thing. My friend who was like, put me onto this, he's like, yo, you need to do this. I'm saying, like, I didn't know you were gonna get a job so fast. I just needed you to get experience. Bro, he works for Microsoft. He's a hiring manager at Microsoft. He was like, yo, if HubSpot hasn't doubled your salary by next year, yo, call me. I got a job at Microsoft for you. You feel me? Once you get into it, bro, you're good. Now, truthfully, I personally feel like I'm gonna be at HubSpot for a while. Like this is an amazing company, bro. Like it's an amazing just place to be. I don't think I'm pretty sure my salary is gonna be like double, but it's already increased by like 15K since I started working here. Not to talk of it, and I'm sure I thought I saw some of y'all talking about HubSpot stock a little ago. Yeah, my 15,000 that they gave me up front, it's definitely up. Like it's up right now. That's not me giving inside information. You can check the boards. Like just Google their stock number. Like it's up from November. You know what I'm saying? So my 15K is, I don't know the percentages now. I gotta check my Fidelity account. But right, I got a 401K. I got stuff that I don't even know how it works sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
I don't know.
I have a
I can
401K.
see money.
What
I'm
does this
like,
even
okay, I'm gonna
mean?
figure this stuff out
They
eventually.
said you can't test any of this money for a while. I'm like, well, I don't know what this stuff is. What's an RSU? And then I had to have a training on how that works. They have bro. I'm just blessed, bro. Like, God, man,
Man, that's
Lord,
good,
thank
bro.
you.
Man, praise God, dude. Praise God for real, man. That's
But
fire.
that's a great question about. You know, what I'm saying, what made you choose this offer? HubSpot just, man, I even accepted lower. You know, what I'm saying 30 grand more, and all I had to do was learn how to code. It was a no
And that
brainer
and
for me.
that,
Like,
that would have
I'd
been an
rather be
incredibly good
focused
skill for you to have.
for sure.
But
Just I wasn't
I
ready
love
to.
your integrity, like to yourself, you being true to
Mm,
yourself, of being like,
hmm
yo, I'm like you realizing where you were at and realizing, okay, I'd be stretched so thin, so far, mentally, emotionally, trying to
Exactly.
also learn how to code. And man, that's a great thing to have, that you had that integrity for yourself and the way that it's worked out for you. Because like HubSpot is working for you, and it looks like it's going to work out for you for a long time. God, dog, that's fire, man. Man,
Sure.
thanks for answering that question.
Please. I was excited about that because you have to be that real with yourself. And I'm glad that I was because guess what? It worked out in my favor. HubSpot is on a rocket ship right now, man. I'm happy. It's just a good place to be. And just so y'all know, people starting out in this role, bro, we got in at a good time, but bro, the people I'm here who are getting jobs now as sales engineers, starting base salaries are like 120, bro. I'm like, what? How's that?
Yeah.
No commissions, like just without the commission. So they're at like 150 or something like that. And we're talking entry level, bro. I know we're not here to only talk about the money, but y'all, these numbers are crazy.
Man, that's the main thing I want to talk about is the money. I mean, I'm cool with talking about everything else too. It's just I'm a huge proponent of seeing how money can help people with their health, because now that you're eating better food, you're eating healthier food. Money can help you in terms of your fitness, because now you living in nicer areas where there's less crime. So now you have less stress. There are more amenities to enjoy in those areas. There are more people are working out. People are nicer because people have money. Like, there are 1,000 benefits to the money. So the money matters, but the money matters because of what the money allows to happen or allows to do.
And I'm just gonna say this. I swear I'm not throwing shade at anybody else's platform, Cyrus. But what I'm gonna say is this, right? There's another person's platform who uses his platform to tell women why they why they don't deserve a high value man. But on this platform, we're teaching you guys how to be of high value, if that's what you consider high value. This is the how. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to, like, he talks about high value. This is how you become high value. Like, this is, yo, get a job at tech. The easiest way, get a job at tech.
Yeah, exactly. I care a lot about that. I care to see people doing well in our community, because statistically speaking, it's like people's chances for like marriage go up when we're doing better financially. There's less domestic violence that happens when we're doing better financially.
A man walks a lot different when a man walks a lot different when he got a comment in his bank account. I'm trying to tell you, it's just, hey, I'm gonna be real.
And his woman be extra happy when they eating nice and going out on cute dates. That stuff, it really be real for real.
But the crazy thing is, hey, she got her own though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Oh, she definitely got her own. She definitely got her own. Man. So we're gonna try to do two at once. So I guess I'll let you answer. You can pick one of the two questions I asked, or that they the people ask on here, and I'll take the alternative. So one is from, I think, your homeboy drummer D Williams.
My boy,
I need to find a what did Ellie Barajas? Okay, all right. So drummer D Williams asked, "How did you memorize the interview questions careerists gave out?" And Ellie Barajas asked, "How secure are these jobs? Are you able to stay for years to come, or is there a lot of competition where there's a risk of getting let go?" So do you want to answer the question of how to memorize the interview questions from that careerists gave out?
I can do both of them. I can do both of them real quick. I promise. I'm not even going to give you a long answer. I'm going to do both of them real quick. So the first one was going to be, actually, I'm going to answer Dama's question. Yeah, first. The interview questions is just like any piece of work, bro. Like, you got to put in that work. You want to know, like, the thing is, I didn't think about it like I'm studying these interview questions to memorize them. My thought process was, I need to internalize this information so that I can start thinking like a sales engineer. It's a completely different mindset of the way to look at them. Like, if you're just trying to memorize them, that means you're just trying to pass the interview. But you have to understand that you're doing the interview because you are a sales engineer. And because I am a sales engineer, I should know these answers to these questions. That's the way I looked at it. So yes, Careers does give you, some of the most commonly known questions to be asked in an interview, and they give you the right answers, and you study that. That's just another piece of information that you get with Careers, guys.
Yeah.
So the second question was, basically, is there security in these jobs? Yes.
Super security.
Yes.
Super security.
I just told you my training alone is 6 months. That just goes to show you, like, one, they're investing in me getting good to make sure I don't suck. So they're not going to fire me. Like, they put too much money into me.
Like,
so
they put so much money into it. It's like he's an like, we're like investment babies to these companies. They're going to make sure their investment works out. Like they're not going to let you go.
Nobody wants to pay for something, but if you think about it, think of the jobs now, like the reasons why your benefits don't kick in until 90 days. They want to know, like, you going to stay with us? Mine's kicked in literally like the first day, because they're like, no, you're going to stay with us. We know, because we're going to make sure you do. So, and even if, like we told you, bro, there are companies that hit me up every day. I'll just go over there. They'll come now that I'm in tech. It's kind of it's not you were joking earlier before I got on the live like I'm in tech for a while. I'm not going nowhere. No, you're not going nowhere. They can't get rid of you. They want you. Like
Yes.
you choose when you leave a company at this point. Now it sounds like it's cap. It sounds like it's like yo y'all are overhyping this thing. No, obviously don't do the regular shit that would get you fired. Like
Yeah.
don't embezzle money. Don't friggin' have sex with your manager. Don't do dumb stuff,
Yeah.
obviously. But seriously, there's so much security.
Yeah, I think one of the things, because I mean the question sounds like she thinks that the positions are limited. The positions are limited, but understand these companies are growing in billions of dollars, billions with a B. They're only opening up more room to hire more people. They're not like,
Mhm.
no, we just have this many people. We're only keeping it at this many people. We're never going to hire more people. These businesses booming. The only way for business to boom for these companies more, not the only way, but the biggest way for a business to boom more is for them to hire larger staff. So it's not going to become, now it might be competitive in terms of maybe you'll get promoted 3 months sooner or later, depending on your work ethic. But it's not some like, oh, they're going to fire you because you're not the highest performer or you're not killing it more than other people at the company. Like, I feel like I have the same mindset as you. I'm going hard, but I still feel like I'm not doing enough. And literally today, I was getting pinged by managers and they're talking about, hey, we have to meet with you and the other guy that started around the same time. And they told me transparently, they said, yeah, because you're probably going to be getting promoted pretty soon. And the reason, and I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm not doing enough, and y'all are already like talking about promoting me like really soon. And I'm like, bro, it's really wild. It's different here.
But it's all about that work ethic, man.
Definitely.
This is not for. They're not handing out six-figure salaries to lazy people, bro. They're not.
Yeah.
Don't be
Yeah.
that person. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
there's one dude at my company. So every solutions engineer at my company has gotten promoted between 5 to 9 months. It took them to get promoted. There's one dude at my company who has been there for I think now it's either 11 months or 13 months. And you can tell, like, I was able to tell it right away when I first got to this company. I was like, he is the laziest person here. Still getting a six-figure salary. He's the laziest person here, but because of that, people have passed him and now they're getting paid $30,000-$40,000 more than him. So now he's trying to work hard because he realizes that he looks weird because and that's so crazy to say. It looks weird that you've been at a company for a year and you ain't got promoted yet. It's like you been here a year, you
Right.
ain't got
Because
promoted, like you an old person or
most of
something.
y'all are doing that. Most of y'all are doing that. Let me not say that because that's going to sound condescending. The main point I'm making is most people don't mind doing that at other companies that we're used to working for. You get me?
Yeah.
Like waiting a year. Some people don't even know that they can ask for a raise within 5 months of working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think you haven't earned it yet. No, I just told y'all I got a raise working 1 month here. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about you probably about to get promoted in your first year. I mean,
Oh yeah.
and it's a common thing. Here's the other thing. I'm allowed to be my full self. Y'all know this is how I show up to meetings, by the way. My lighting stays like this. I'm allowed to be my complete self at
Yeah.
work, bro. Like they don't you know what I'm saying? Like even when I'm meeting with customers, yeah, I might have an extra light on just to show my face or something like that. But bro, it's all you.
Yeah.
Like it's all you. They hired you
The most
because
I
you are you.
do, the most I do when I'm talking to customers, I just want to have my hat on while I'm talking to customers. But I'll literally be like
Mhm.
this, and literally the whole time I'm rocking in the chair, and I'm just like talking to them, laughing, I'm saying crazy stuff. You know, I ain't even gonna get into it. I just be like, man, this is
Yeah,
fun, bro. This is fun.
yeah, bro. I'm my complete self. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. Maybe I will do a day in the life video so y'all can see what I like. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna try to find a couple more questions. I don't know why, y'all. My apologies if I miss anyone's questions. Please forgive me. Let me know on the back end because Instagram, they don't put them all in chronological order. They're literally just getting like layered in weird ways. So one person is Canavaretio07. Okay, Canavaretio07. and Nadine Pregnon won. Okay, cool. All right, great. All right, so 2 questions. One is, what are some software tools that sales engineers use in tech companies? And the second question is, she's a stay-at-home mom with young children that aren't in school yet. Is the boot camp something that she can do while taking care of her kids? So first question, what are software tools that we use as sales engineers? Second question is, can a stay-at-home mom with children that aren't in school do the tech boot camp while taking care of her children?
Second question, yes. As long as you make the time, you literally need to, anybody who feels like is it are asking like about time, please hit me up. I'll get you really in control of your schedule so that you can make time for all the things you feel like you need to make time for.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
really
doable.
Yeah, sometimes just me having grown my own sales teams, I used to do this with people all the time. If you tell me there aren't enough hours in the day, I'm going to challenge you and just let you know, like, well, you know what I'm saying? These rich people have the same amount of hours you do. Like, we just are planning wrong, you know what I'm saying? And I want to teach you how to get control of your schedule so that you can do this. If that's one of the things holding you guys back, please let's have a conversation so we can talk about whether or not like you'll have the not just mental time as well to do it. So yes, you can totally do this even if you have kids. The learning is not that great. Kiana, oh, you don't know Kiana, but I'm sure you've seen her on LinkedIn a lot. She has 4 kids. And she got a job too. She's incredibly happy. She did 3 courses with careers. She did the tech, she did the no, 2 courses.
Oh, yeah, I have
Me and
seen
her,
Kiana. I know who you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and her did the solutions architect course as a favor to careerists because they just wanted to put us through it and then give give them their feedback. She has 4 kids
Must be
and a full-time job.
nice.
And she literally, you know what I'm saying, just got a job as a solutions engineer. She did the course as well. Yes, you can do this. What was the first question again, bro?
So the first question was, and I'll start with the first question. I'll give my input on the first question. So the first question was, what are some software tools that sales engineers use at tech companies? I would say that it completely and entirely varies. It depends on the company you work at. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's not like being a nurse where if you're a nurse at one hospital, you go to another hospital and it's basically the exact same thing. And no disrespect to nurses, if I'm getting that wrong, please correct me. But I'm making a strong assumption that that's typically what it is. I have a lot of friends that are nurses. So it's not something that's like that. The mindset of a sales engineer is what companies care about. It's not necessarily like what you know. It's just you've been proven that you have the mindset of a sales or solutions engineer based on your time and tenure at a particular company. And that time and tenure literally could be 3 months, 6 months, whatever. So, for example, it's more like, and I think this is a better way to put it. It's kind of similar to if one doctor is a brain surgeon versus another doctor is a heart surgeon. It's like both have the mindsets of a surgeon. They understand the basic foundational components of surgery. Nevertheless, you can't take a heart surgeon doctor and literally plug him into going and doing brain surgery. He can, in 1 week, he can learn how to do it. It's like, no, it's going to take him longer than a week. Now, he'll learn it faster than a person off the streets will. He can learn it in what? Maybe 3 months. And that's what a solutions engineer is in tech. So we're like a doctor, but depending on the company you work at, they're going to determine based on their software, their solutions, whether or not, like, so for instance, our companies are totally different. So even though literally you couldn't take him and put him in my company and he do my job, even with 1 month of training, you couldn't take
I would still need to learn the tech.
What'd you say?
I said I would still need to learn the tech. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
literally, our technology is totally different. So I could not just show up at this company, be there for a month, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna take E-Man place. It's like, what? No. So my company is a VoIP company or voice over IP. We're a telephony company. So literally, technically, what we're doing right here, us being on live, this requires voice audio, but it also requires video. my company literally does this. I video chat and I use my company's software and I talk to customers like this. So that requires voice audio. So we have to have a certain, like, we have to have data centers located around the US. We have to, it's all this stuff with audio, video. We have text that pop up on the screen. We do stuff like that. We actually use, or we integrate with HubSpot because a lot of our customers use HubSpot. So the way we use HubSpot, we actually have a built-in version, a miniature version of our, basically of our software in our version of HubSpot, to where customers, businesses that are using HubSpot, they can make calls out of HubSpot. Even though that's not what HubSpot is for, we can pair with HubSpot to where people can make phone calls, whether audio phone calls, they can shoot text messages, they can literally do everything my company allows out of HubSpot. Log tasks, create activities, blah, 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 stuff like that. Now, you can speak to HubSpot. I know y'all are a CRM, but that's literally kind of the gist of what I know with HubSpot is that y'all are a CRM.
So we also help with marketing. So we basically, HubSpot's line is, if you were to ask any HubSpotter what they do, I would tell you like, oh, we help companies grow better. So we come up with strategic solutions for you to streamline a lot of your company's work. So whether it's sales, we give you a lot of sales enablement tools right outside the box to go ahead and your sales team can start using these tools to kind of close deals faster. When it comes to marketing, we offer you like reports that you can kind of build to use data as a story. Here's an example of that. Like you being able to tell like what's making your company the most money and being able to streamline that. We teach you how to look at reports in that way. HubSpot, we give you the software to do that stuff. Basically, we create a back-end hub for your business to run a little bit more like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So they help the business do that. Dialpad helps your business have a phone, an internet phone solution. So literally a company, there are a crap ton of companies that have Dialpad and HubSpot, or a company might have Dialpad and Zendesk or Salesforce, which are kind of one of HubSpot's competitors, or they'll have HubSpot and instead of having Dialpad, they'll have Zoom or have Ring Central. So literally it's plug and play. But in terms of, again, we have the same mindset. Company, like literally HubSpot would hire me, my company would hire him, but it would take each of us roughly about 3 to 6 months to be able to do each other's job, because learning the software, learning the technology, all of that stuff, it's a learning curve. And these companies completely understand that. And again, that's why they're making such an investment on you, that there is security in these companies, because they know they put so much into you and they value you with the investment that they place into you.
I'll also say this, just a real quick tidbit. The main point is, because they're so different, bro, they'll teach you the skills you need to learn that tech. So even though it's going to vary, trust me, they're not going to let you work the tech without first teaching you. Because if you ever say something like, oh, well, I didn't know how to use it, trust me, they don't want you to be able to say that. So they'd rather just teach you how to use it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, these are big deals. These are big deals with the customers you're talking to. It's a lot of money. Again, you're not going to get in trouble if you do a terrible demo or something like that. Nevertheless, they care about you doing well. Yes, it's good. I don't want to harp too much on it. You killed it already. I don't need to add too much extra. Seeing if there are any other questions. So I'm gonna try to wrap this up with last couple questions. Again, I'm gonna really try to make sure we get to all the questions. But if I don't get to your question, please let me know and just submit your question. But I'm gonna really try to make sure I get to. I think it's only 3 questions left that are in here. This is really stupid the way they have this disorganized. Okay. So color me Barb. All right. So color me Barb. Miss.Carey _ Miss.Carey. Okay. And and Lynn Love. Okay, cool. So
And
three
shout out.
questions. What'd you say?
I was just saying, shout out to First Lady back there, just helping you keep track of stuff.
Yeah, definitely keeping me in check, keeping stuff organized. The last live I did, I told you it was a couple people being weird that were trying to say like, oh, this is a lie, this is like Forex or something goofy. So this time she's logged into my account through another phone. So it's like, yo, somebody's acting stupid in the comments, just block them, block them so they're not in.
Yeah,
But everybody's acting super cool. People are being temperamental and they're getting the
yeah.
information. So Lynn Love. So it's gonna be three questions. Is careerist available in Canada? I think you can answer that before I even get to
Yes.
the next question. Yes, it's virtual. It's virtual classes.
Oh, and not just that, I'll even add to that. Yes, not only in Canada. My boy who's been talking to me, who just did careers, guess what? He's actually he's interviewing at HubSpot right now. He just texted me today that he's got his last round of interviews at HubSpot for being an SE in Toronto. He's good.
Yeah. I have even when I did careers, there were people in parts of the world I had never heard of.
Mhm.
That were in careers. At the same time, I was in careers, and they were like classmates. Same thing for our companies. We have people at our companies that work in all different remote parts of the world. So last couple questions. Someone said, Color Me Barb asked, with careerists, do you go through the program, graduate, and then you're done? Or are you continuously taking courses and able to increase your knowledge?
You can absolutely do that if you want to. And no, you're never done. Careers is actually a community. It's not just a school. You have access to all the chats, Slacks, and all of the instructors. They want to be your friends. They want to help you get a job. No, you're just not left to the wolves. They even pair you with a mentor to make sure that you get a job. So it's not you graduate and you're done. Some programs with careers actually give you an internship right after you're finished as well. Did I answer that question? That's good.
Yeah, no, you did a great job answering the question. Yeah, I know multiple people. There were people who took the sales engineering course 2 or 3 times. Mainly the people that I saw doing it 3 or 4 times, the guy that I saw doing it 3 or 4 times, he literally just wasn't interviewing. They kept giving him interviews and he
Yeah,
wouldn't do it. And
yeah. I know who you're talking
so
about. Yeah.
yeah, and I don't get. I mean, I get it. I guess I respect it. I know people who come from different backgrounds and stuff, but again, he could be a sales engineer right now if he just really put his best foot forward. But he's just not. I guess he's just scared.
Yeah.
So last question. Miss Carey asked, "Are the boot camp courses live instructions, and can you create your own schedule to learn?" So technically, yes, because I started a week late. Technically, I started a week late. I found out that they weren't going to do the course again for 2 months later, and when I heard that, I was like, "Oh no!" I said, "No, what I got to do to get in?" And they said, "Yeah, the classes are pre-recorded. They're recorded, so if you can catch up in one weekend." And that's literally what I did. I caught up in one weekend. I watched 5 or 6 classes, caught up, and jumped in. I was the new kid in class, and I was like, "Bro, I'm here to get it. Like, I'm here to get it." So yeah. I feel like there's more to that question. Maybe you can touch on. She says, "Are boot camp courses live instructions?
Yeah,
And can
yeah.
you
No,
create your
I
own
feel like
schedule?"
you answered it perfectly. Like in the sense that they're recorded, so you can totally make your own schedule and do it. But if you know yourself, just be in a live class. Make it so that
Yeah,
you
be in a
are. It's
live
four
class.
weeks
Yes.
long. You know what I'm saying? It's 4 weeks long. I mean, like it's just Monday. For me, well, for both of us actually, it was Monday through Friday. My class was actually the first time they were doing the Monday through Friday thing. But it's Monday through Friday. I was Eastern Standard Time back then. Like I told you, I just moved to Nashville with my wife.
Yeah. So it's
Um,
basically like 8 to 11 for you, or 8 to 10:30.
well, it was yeah. Back then it was 8:30 to 10:30. But you know what I'm saying? Like that, yo, like come on. Like
Yeah.
y'all, it's 2 hours,
Yeah.
5 days a week. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
You're
saying?
gonna want to talk to these instructors because they really care about you being successful. they're very happy about whether we were talking sales engineer, or I'm sure the other instructors for other courses are the same way. But it's like they really want you to be successful. You're gonna want to ask them questions. You're gonna want to pick their brain. You're gonna want to vibe with them. But also the reason why it's beneficial, I guess, I mean, we could just straight up say this, is because some of the instructors, I mean, they are literally, the instructors aren't just teachers. It's not like a university where they're just a professor. They literally are doing that job in the field already. So
And after they get off
all
of
of our
work,
sales engineer
they come and teach these
instructors,
classes.
yeah, they literally are sales engineers at tech companies today. So literally they do the classes like in the evening, but during the day they are mid-market or enterprise, maybe senior sales engineers at companies. So they
Now,
in real time know what's happening. So the beauty of that is not only is whatever information you're giving, and again, we're talking sales engineers because we're sales engineers, but I'm sure it's the same way for the other instructors. But the thing that's great about it is that, again, this is why it's beneficial to be in those live classes, at least as much as you can, because you might build relationships with some of them, and some of them might hook you up and get you in at their company if they like you. So it's like it'll behoove you to, if you can, be in those live classes as much as you can.
I would say too, don't get that twisted. That just because they work doesn't mean that they're going to get you guys jobs either. Please
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You have to
Don't get
do
that
some
twisted.
work,
Yeah.
please. I said that one of the instructors is a coworker of mine now. He didn't get me the job. He was actually surprised that I was interviewing. He accepted his offer, I think, 4 weeks before mine even came. You know what I'm saying? Um, I would also say that even now, I can still rely on them. Bro, do you know that there was one Chalk Talk, like after the last crash graduated, where nobody really showed up, but Charles still gets on just because, and I joined him. It was just me and
Bro,
Charles. He
Charles is
was asking
such a
me,
good dude.
yo, he stayed up online one time with one student till like 3 a.m. Not joking, just to make sure that they understood what was, everything that was going on. Even now, I have a job as a sales engineer. That Chalk Talk that I jumped on where it was just me and Charles, he was like, "So what's going on with work? What do you?" I was like, "Man, I actually got this company I'm doing research on. I can't figure out like what the proper use case for X, Y, Z." He was like, "Well, share your screen. Let's go through it." Bro, do you know he helped me prepare my demo? And the next day, when I say I crushed it, I was like, "Yo,
That's
shut up, yo."
crazy.
Like, but that just goes to show y'all how invested these instructors. It's not just a bag for them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they make good money, like, and then they get off and then they come and teach these classes. They want you guys to be, and they're super cool. They're
Oh,
people, like they're people,
super cool. Super
super cool
cool.
people.
Yeah. It's a blessing. But look, bro, I don't want to hold you up too much longer, dude. I appreciate you, man,
I'm having
for
fun,
coming on
bro.
here for real.
I
Man,
appreciate you for building the space, bro.
definitely, man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to build it out further. So man, I wanna close out in prayer. I guess first just letting everybody know. Yeah, guys, make sure that y'all follow him along his journey. I don't know how much he
This
gonna
is just the beginning.
be sharing his
This is
stuff,
just the
but
beginning, bro.
yeah, but follow him along his journey as well. Pick his brain for questions. Yeah, definitely pick his brain for questions. Because especially because right now, if when people hit me up for questions, I have people have to book a private call, because I honestly can't handle like all the individual questions. So if you don't want to have to book a private call with me, then you can maybe I ain't trying to throw everybody on you, but you can hit him up too. Ask
I,
him
I
any
here's the thing.
questions.
I love it though. I'm because I wish somebody shared this information with me. Yo, come with all the questions, bro.
Yeah,
There's been days I've taken off of work just to, help other people out who are interested in getting into this role. I'm being, and I can do that. Like I just, you know what? Today I'm gonna focus on these people in my DMs because I have to find a way to share this. And a couple of the people, one of them was my boy in Canada that I just told you about. He's interviewing at HubSpot. Yo, another person, you know what I'm saying, my wife. Yeah, I want to be able to help people in this manner,
yeah,
bro. So please
good.
hit me up, bro.
Yeah, hit him
The
up.
the the joint on this flyer was not capped from 30K a year to 130K a year, bro. Literally added 100 bands to my salary, bro. Come on. Like it's not capped. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just got here. It's true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna speak like I'm tenured but I can tell y'all what this journey was, and I'm saying if I can do it, all of you guys can do it for sure.
Definitely,
For sure.
definitely. Yeah, for people asking, the live will be the live is going to go on the Patreon. So for anybody who either wants to watch the replay or somebody asks later on, yo, I want to see the replay, then they do have to join the Patreon to watch the replay. Every Monday, I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be bringing other people on that are in tech. Next Monday is going to be somebody that's not a solutions engineer. And I'm going to bring different voices and different people on. I'm going live this Thursday, but that will be private to people that are in the Patreon community. I'm actually trying to bring Nigel on this Thursday.
Yeah.
And Nigel was one of our instructors at Careerist. So he
Yeah.
can kind of give you more insight from an instructor level. He's a senior solutions engineer. But anyway, for those who don't want to join the Patreon community, every Monday I'm going live. It's going to be for the free ski. Hop on, get this free information, all that good stuff. For those who want to use my discount link, the link is in my bio to get $100 off the Careerist program. But outside of that, I actually want to close out in prayer. Yeah, we're going to close out in prayer. All right. Lord, we thank you so much, God, for, God, just the time that we're in, God, just for the blessing that you've given for myself, E-Man, his wife. God, I thank you, Lord, that you put in us an unction, not just to enjoy this blessing of the career that we're in, Lord, but that you put in us an unction to turn around and to give back, to tell others about where we're at, to point others in the direction of where we're in. God, I pray, Lord, that everyone, that it's a good thing for them to jump into tech. God, I pray, Lord, that you would give them the drive, you would give them the discipline, the willingness, Lord, whatever it is that they need, whether it's the finances or whether it's them taking a step of faith with their finances, whatever might be needed, Lord, I pray, God, that you would give that to individuals for them to take the step. Lord, I pray, God, that I pray, Lord, that no one is taking this conversation as some get rich quick scheme, as some, oh, I could just be lazy and kick my feet up, but instead they would see this as an opportunity to take their desire to be successful, to take their desire to work hard, to produce something that's great for themselves, their family, for their future generations. I pray, Lord, that they would take that and that they would take that step of faith in this. And I pray, Lord, that for everyone who does the program, whether it's with Careerist or a different tech boot camp, or they go an entirely different route, and I pray, Lord, that you would bless them along the journey. I pray, God, for testimonies that are even greater than myself and Emmanuel's testimony, Lord. God, I pray, Lord, God, that you would use this live, that others would turn around and tell myself and Emmanuel in the future, hey, I'm in tech now, or I'm doing something in the tech space and I love it. And it's because of y'all's live. It's because of that conversation that y'all had. God, we thank you in advance for that. Lord, I thank you, God, for Emmanuel hopping on here, him taking time away from his life, Lord, to share with everybody, to share with myself his story, his wife's story. And as he said, ultimately your story in his life, your favor in his life. God, we are grateful for that. God, I'm grateful for what you're doing with him and his wife. God, I pray, God, that you will continue to bless them even above and beyond blessing you've already been giving them, Lord. God, I pray, God, that you will bring different people into their lives, Lord, that they can be a blessing to, that they can pour into, that they can give the wisdom of being in tech and all the luxuries that they're enjoying right now in life. God, I pray, God, that you would bless them with different individuals that they can pour into. God, I pray, God, that everything that they're pouring out, that you will return it unto them, God, tenfold. God, I pray, God, that their house is blessed. I pray, God, for further promotions, God, for further increases, for further opportunity, for further growth, Lord, in this field. God, I pray, God, that you will give them the wisdom and the knowledge and the insight as to how to use the funds that they have in ways, whether in terms of investments, whether in terms of business, whether in terms of producing things for their community, for their friends. God, I pray, God, that you will continue to bless them to continue being a greater blessing. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Brother, once again, thank you for just putting this platform on. Anybody who I'm saying like has more questions, please don't be afraid to hit me up for sure. I want to help as many people as I can too. I appreciate, man, you're inspiring me to do this. Same thing on my platform as well, man. I know she don't talk too much, but she's always down to share her story too, because we really had to faith this thing out. A lot of people, I'm on my computer too. I see a lot of people showing my last post with me and my wife. Some love. Thank y'all so much. But hey, we grow together. Everybody, we grow as one. Stop with this crabs in the barrel mentality. That's not true. Stop letting people speak that over our people, bro. Like that's not true. Like we about to eat together too. You know what I mean?
That's good,
So
man. Bro, thank you for your words, man. All the nuggets you dropped, dude. I know it blessed people. It blessed me too. Man,
I hope so.
man, definitely look forward in the future to having you back on. If you do anything and you want to tap me and bring me on, bro, I'm down for that. Just let me know.
I'm already thinking about it, bro. I'm already thinking about it because and I don't like talking about myself, dude. So I appreciate you letting me do this. I don't. It might seem like it because this stuff excites me for what God did in my own life. But
Yeah.
listen, if you're exposed to it, that only means that yours is on the way. I'm just a reflection of what's about to happen in your life too. You
Amen.
feel me? So everybody on this live, y'all need to take it as that. If you're psyched for me and you appreciate my story, that means you are appreciating your own story because it ain't my story. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I just thank God for it. Literally every morning, I just find it like, dang, God, you are favoring me like this. I haven't even finished thanking you for the other stuff you did. Like, at this rate, your praises will continually be in my mouth. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not even, oh, you feel me? But
Let's go.
we're not going to get in there. But listen, I'm already thinking about maybe how I want to transform my platform to be able to speak to the masses in this way too, because people need to know. School, let's be real. I don't mean to sound disrespectful to educators out here, but school lied to us. They lied to us. The things we weren't exposed to are the reason. The Bible even says, my people, they don't suffer because they're sinners. It says they suffer because of a lack of knowledge. Do you
Yes.
understand? Yeah, you know how deep that goes? I'm not trying to start something else right now. I know we're going down a different path.
Nah,
We
you
just
good.
wrapping up. My bad, but
Nah,
dog,
you
like
good.
it's only because of a lack of knowledge.
Yeah,
Yo, I want to be able to expose people the same way you are, man. So thank you for being an inspiration, brother. I appreciate that.
definitely, bro. Man, y'all be blessed, man. Tell wife I said thanks for letting me pull you away for so long.
Of course. Yeah, it's Netflix and chill time, but yeah, so
I
yeah.
feel that.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all be blessed.